Welcome back, babies. This is Shonen Pulse, episode 44. We missed y'all. We've been gone for a little while. Me and Knox had a brief moving situation. I moved across the street or to my neighbor's house, and I don't know where Knox moved, but he's having some internet trouble, so he ain't gonna be joining us today. It's the just us, the trio, the gang of three. Your boy Big Yato. I got Papa Traffy here,
What's up?
and the Greek Weeb.
Good evening.
And in this channel we do the usual things. It's been a while since I've recorded, and so I'm kind of rusty. Pardon our dust if we miss some things or whatever. But we only gonna be talking about this week's chapters. I know we missed last week. That's in the past, baby. We're not talking about that. But on this channel we talk about Chainsaw Man, Centuria, Dandadan, Shangri-La Frontier, Gachiakuta, Ranger Reject, Ichi The Witch, Otr of The Flame, Kagurabachi, and big Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. We also go over your comments at the end, and we talk about our chapter of the week and all that good stuff. And shout out to people who joined our memberships. We got members down below. You can sign up for that if you want to support us. We got Patreon. Lately I've been streaming, so if you peep the channel, you can see that I streamed, and I got like an Undead Unluck catch-up stream up there, and I can't remember what the other series was. There's like 2 or 3 membership videos that only members can see. It's some goofy stuff. So, shout out to people who do that. And if not, maybe you'd be interested in that. Some blooper reels and some silly stuff like the Greek Weeb's backstory if you're into that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the intro, man. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it because I can't really remember what else I usually say. So starting off with Chainsaw Man chapter 219, The Bereft. Greek Weeb, how you feeling?
I really love these chapters, especially more recent one. Like we got really good character development for Denji, like actually thinking for himself and making more decisions on his own based off what the information he has. And I didn't understand why I would like it so much until after like going through some older stuff, seeing just how much different characters decide shit for Denji, and seeing him offer up to Asa just to move on together is was actually really sweet. They are fellow parent killers after all.
Yeah, I do like that too, but like part of me wonders if that's just because Denji's kind of like in this space, like he's not really, since Denji and Asa aren't like in control of their bodies in the real world, and they're like in this space. Does this kind of operate sort of like a hyperbolic time chamber where they kind of just have like all the time in the world to like think and get their shit together? Because like I wonder if Denji would be able to, be this clear-headed and say these things if he was face to face with Asa, like crying and stuff like that, or if this is just because like they are within this area and time is not of the essence. Maybe it is, but I feel like time is probably slowed for them, and Denji just has a lot of like time to really think about what he's saying instead of just blah, I gotta fight, horny and
Yeah,
fucking somebody's trying to cut off my dick and shit like
I
that.
mean, I mean that is it is stuff like that is a trope in a lot of shonen manga in particular, where like people could have entire conversations in like a split second in reality. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past to just be like a parabolic time chamber type thing to an extent. That I think it's also because of it's just Denji and Asa without any like outside interference. Them really getting into the heart to heart without like you know the crippling destruction of the world behind them, like with that pressure. It just, I think at this moment they just feel like they can just talk, and he can finally like think for himself without anything else weighing on his mind in the immediate vicinity, or someone else trying to whisper in his ear and shift his perspective on things.
What I really enjoy about this chapter is it's something we've talked about in the past, specifically in regards to Dandadan, where current events in the anime kind of tie back into what's happening in the manga currently. And
Yeah.
so this chapter dropping around the time that the Rize,
Reason.
however you say it, movie came out, and then Dingy's essentially in a similar situation, but now he's the one offering to basically run away with Asa. So I
Oh
do
man.
think that's a really cool reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, side note: go watch the Chainsaw Man movie if you haven't already before it leaves theaters. It is a genuine masterpiece in film, in animation and filmmaking.
As a
Yeah, that shit was a
sidetrack,
banger.
did y'all watch the Fujimoto one shot series that
I
just
literally
dropped?
finished it yesterday.
Not yet,
Finished it all
not yet.
yesterday.
I
Yeah, I
saw I
watched
saw
it
clips.
yesterday.
Is it
You
all
saw it.
one thing or is it separated into
It's
like
8
It's
episodes?
episodes,
like 8 episodes for
Okay.
one episode
varying
for each
lengths.
one shot.
How long are
Yeah,
they?
range from
About 20
15 to 20
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go watch that shit after we finish. I forgot. I seen clips on Twitter or whatever. People been hyping
Yeah.
it up, and like I read some of them like a while ago, but like I honestly forgot until you just said that. But yeah, I'm gonna go check that shit out. So yeah, man, go check out the fucking Fujimoto one shots if you're listening to this segment, and go see the fucking Chainsaw Man movie if you haven't. So I imagine anybody listening to this segment has already seen the movie. I don't have to convince anybody. I was gonna say even if you don't like Chainsaw Man, but like if you didn't fuck with Chainsaw Man, you wouldn't be listening to this shit. So I'll say it again in the comments of the week section or whatever. But yeah, that Chainsaw Man movie was fucking peak, bro. I went and saw it with 5 of my homeboys. We went to a fucking fancy movie theater that like has recliners and they serve you food and shit. 2 of them never been there, so it was like fucking they ain't never been nowhere fancy. And we was I was eating fucking pizza in the movies, watching the fucking movie. It was beautiful, man. That shit was fucking incredible.
I
Yeah,
still haven't seen it.
I gotta watch it again. I was kind
Beautiful.
of sick the first when I watched it the day the weekend it came out.
Yeah, I would definitely go see it again, Traffy. You need to go see it. It was fucking incredible. Yeah, it was
Look,
it
look,
was
look.
one of the best movies.
End of the
Mm-hmm.
year is just back to back birthdays and then Christmas for me and my kids. So the money's tight right now. If anyone wants to, like donate funds for me to go see it, join the membership.
Wait, when's your birthday again?
This is September 20th.
Shit, I was gonna say you should say it's your birthday and get your family to fucking pay for it, bro.
Yeah, no, that's not going
But
to happen. But, anyways,
yeah,
Back to
yeah,
chapter, yes.
this is a good chapter, man. The Denji and Asa stuff was good, and it's funny to just like we're fellow parrot killers after all. Like Denji, you silly guy. Yeah, like this is all stuff that we've seen, before, but Denji's never been on the good end of it. But now it's he's talking about the message from Pochita, and Pochita was telling him before that about their dream and stuff, and he was talking about they want to live a normal life, and about how he's supposed to choose between the two, but he's not gonna do that. He just wants to fucking do his own thing. So yeah, this is
yeah.
good stuff.
So
Yeah.
we all know Fujimoto and how he tends to have a knack for not doing happy endings. And while things are currently looking up at the moment, trauma bonding typically never ends well. So I don't have a lot of faith in that. But I have seen some things, some theories running around that when part 2 ends, it's going to lead into Denji remaking the world. And it essentially becomes Fire Punch because we still have the
Oh my
Fire
God.
Devil hanging around. And
And Rabancho, man,
yeah,
from
yeah.
Fire
Oh
Force.
man. Oh, when I just realized, imagine in this timeline, Star Wars never finished also, and that'll be the
Oh,
main
did they?
plot point for how Fire Punch goes.
Oh
Oh,
man.
Chainsaw Man is the actual prequel to Fire Punch.
Yo, don't if
Oh man.
Fujimoto turns around and says that fucking Chainsaw Man is a prequel to Fire Punch, I'll eat my foot. Yeah.
Oh
Pull
man,
an
that would be
Okubo.
hilarious.
Yeah, if he does that, I'll lose my shit, yo. But
Yeah.
yeah, this so yeah, this the way this chapter kind of ended was fucking interesting though. Like it's fucking Yoru is she, put death back together and then it's like, now I own you or whatever. She decides to turn into a weapon. But then Chainsaw Man eats death. And so like
And
if
tank and
she
gun.
and tank and gun. Wait, did she take the
Yeah, it ate her
arm?
hands.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, no. On the last page, she has her hands.
Yeah, it's probably regenerated, but are they the same though?
Yeah, they look the same.
I think they're
Okay.
still the same.
Denji's
All right.
But
eating
like,
or Pochita's eating is a bit weird because it's like, okay, does he have to consume it in its entirety or is it just partial? Because if it was just partial, him just eating her hands, that would, erase
yeah,
those. But it doesn't look like they are. And he didn't fully eat death.
yeah.
So I,
Mhm.
I,
So I wonder if there's something there with that because like Yoru goes if death like question mark like she's questioning the name and then she goes if death and it's in quotes like she's speaking about it like this she doesn't completely know or whatever if death gets erased how much how will we prove which of us is stronger so it's like I feel like she's like partly forgetting or something like she's unsure of the devil that like got eaten but she like it seems like something like on an instinctual level like she knows that her sister is gone but she doesn't like fully comprehend the like concept or something sort of like Makima was saying that things were eaten too back in part 1 but she still remembered them like she was naming stuff like Arnalone syndrome and fucking Hitler and stuff like that but like those concepts were erased, but she says she still remembered them. So I'm guessing this is possibly a similar situation. Like she forgot, like the concept doesn't exist anymore. Death is probably gone, but like she still sort of remembers
Hmm.
like a remnant or something.
I mean,
Possible.
she remembered nukes and Dingy ate nukes. So
My theory on
it
that.
could be that the horsemen are unaffected by that, or just
Yeah.
demons in general. Because to demons, these ideas are actual people, I guess. Whereas for humans, the idea is just an idea. So
Yeah.
humans are,
My
forgetting nukes, but devils are forgetting or remembering the nuke devil.
Yeah.
my theory, mainly with like primordial fears and the horsemen, is that maybe they remember specific things if it is in some way related to them or an offshoot of them. Like death can be is it like a direct offshoot, a direct result of war, and why war can remember that. Same thing with nuclear weapons being an offshoot of war and stuff like that. And like some wars are certain like certain ideologies can have to do with control, and maybe that's why they can at least briefly remember a lot some of these like concepts and stuff that have been erased by Chainsaw Man. So that's my theory, that if it's like loosely like connected to like these larger entities, maybe then they can still remember it.
See it either being that or just that the horseman devil are just able to remember things
Maybe,
like
or just
like
primordial fears in general.
well the primal fear, like the horsemen aren't considered primal fears because they've died. Like the all the primal ones haven't died. They said like they have not been defeated, but
Yeah, fair enough.
fucking but like Makima's, I mean, control is at least this is third death, third second or third death that we know of for control, and now death is fucking cooked most likely. But yeah, so I don't know. I think this the way this chapter ended was kind of funny though, because like Yoru is like, "How dare you eat my older sister?" But it's like, bro, you wanted to kill her or whatever, or like, did she? I don't know. It's just it felt very much like, "How dare you kill my mortal enemy before me?" or something. Like,
Possessiveness.
huh?
She was turning her into her weapon, so I figured it's just like, how dare you do that to my property?
Yeah. I feel like I've seen this before. It felt to me like like nobody beats my nemesis but me. I mean, Chainsaw Man's her nemesis, but like I don't know. It was just funny. And where's
Yeah,
Fami? Did we see is
I
Fami
think she got
double?
her head cut off.
So she's not present at all in this chapter. So like, what the fuck? I need to know what Fami's deal is because like Yoru didn't rush to put her back together. I mean, maybe she would have after this, but like,
Hmm.
saving Death is more important because if not, then everybody ceases to die. But
Well,
Yeah,
it was
maybe
less
that.
about saving her because that wasn't going to kill her, really. It was more she was setting up a situation in which she could see herself as better than death so that she could turn her into a weapon.
yeah. You think I feel like this her response where she goes like thanks I'd rather not die, and then Yoru's like why not, and then she's like because I'm excited for the school festival. She like looks at her and then is like fuck it, you belong to me now, and then she like decides to turn her into a weapon. It's like it felt like that whole, I mean, she even says you disgraced us sisters, so it just felt like that response kind of like disgusted her, like how dare you, you're a horseman, have some fucking pride or whatever. It's like why you care so much about this fucking school festival bullshit? You should be like living, fucking within your nature and fucking spreading death and all this other cool shit.
I mean, yeah, if she said death is your domain, enjoying life made you weak, and she's specifically referring, the festival and talking about befriending humans. So it definitely seems like uh, Little D is more on the side of humanity.
Yeah. I wonder, like,
Yeah.
if that was also kind of what made Yoru decide to do the death sword thing now. Like, if she would have, if Death would have said something different, would Yoru have turned her into a weapon immediately, or just like let her do her thing and then turned her into a weapon like later?
No, I
That is a
think
good
she
question.
would have. I think that was her plan from the beginning. It was just a little character moment in between it happening.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it for me. I don't really have much else to say, especially considering the break that we, us personally had. I'm kind of like half braining it, trying to piece it together with my move, and then just missing like 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks of review. So just trying to like piece things back together, get back in the groove. You got anything else for this one, Trav?
Nah, I don't have anything else.
What about you, Weeb? You got any more thoughts for this one?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, that'll do it then for Chainsaw Man 219, The Bereft. If you guys got anything to, say or whatever, drop it down in the comments and let us know your thoughts, comments, and concerns, baby. Now jumping into Dandadan chapter 216. Look, we're being attacked by space aliens. And I feel like this title is just like fucking Okaroon kind of like telling Bobo, like, duh, I told you they were real. Like she was saying, like they weren't real. It's like,
Yeah.
look, man, look, right here. They're right fucking here. I told you. Like now they're now they're fucking running for their lives from the fucking Serpoians again. Before actually we jump into this one, I just wanted to point out last chapter, just a few things like the shout out to Momo's friends. I always like them. I remember at first when the series started, I thought they would be fucking annoying and asshole dicks. The girls, but they're cool, man. They fucking took them all. They fucking lured Momo and Okaru onto a date or whatever. She's like they called her like her would be boo or whatever, and they
Yep.
fucking tricked them into going on a date, and then they saw the fucking mummy exhibit, which I completely forgot, like, by the time we got to this newest chapter because, like, they're being
Same.
chased by this mummy dude. Yeah, and then I go back and I'm like, "Wait, they were talking about mummies," and then, like, the mummy is with the aliens, and they were saying the fucking mummy aliens, like, used bodies as mummification or whatever, so there's some link there. I just kinda thought that the mummy guy came out of nowhere, but I had wondered though how people felt about the whole not insomnia, but amnesia plot point now. And you guys can tell me how you feel or whatever, and people in the comments can say something. But Okaroon came out and was just like, I totally love you or whatever, and I wasn't expecting it. I feel like most people were not expecting it. They thought it was gonna
Yeah.
kind of drag on and be, a bunch of beating around the bush and fucking bullshitting. But I mean, Okaru came out and said it. So like he's not like pretending and not just hoping that like he can get her memories back first. He's just straight up told her. And I feel like I don't know. Some people are still not liking it. Like I asked on Twitter, I was like, people who dislike the amnesia plot, do they feel any different or better about it now? And somebody commented and said no. So like, there's gonna be some people who still hate it, but I want to know like overall if people on the internet feel better because Okaroon isn't like wasting time and we're not like getting that whole like, oh man, she doesn't remember me. I guess I can't tell her my feelings or whatever. He just jumped straight in there. How do you guys feel about that?
I think the best thing they did, specifically with chapter 216, is moving away from focusing on their relationship in regards to the amnesia, and instead, focusing on aliens. So we don't get a lot of the annoying parts of amnesia plot lines this chapter because it's just focused on them running away from these aliens and Okaroon trying to explain, what they are, how to deal with them. So I do think that with this chapter, it kind of moved it in a better direction where it's less frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that one. With this being the immediate focus in terms of running for your lives, that's definitely like the right move for right now because I feel like this could be like a good way to kind of like speed through this aspect of the amnesia arc, I guess, because certain events happening right now could end up triggering it, or maybe right now with the fact that she blowed the whistle she got from Saint Germain, something could end up like derailing things, and I'm
N-
That
curious to
or,
see where that's going to lead.
that or just like
I
the fact that like now she can believe things that he's saying. Like at first she was
Yeah,
like, you guys are all liars, but now that she sees that like a fucking army of men that all look the same are chasing us, so it's like there's some things that she's gonna kind of have to believe, and it kind of like it makes the whole like I don't know any of you guys thing, and I don't trust anybody. It makes it kind of starts to tear away at the whole like the stuff that Amnesia plots, I feel like usually kind of rely on. And so the fact that like she's seeing that Okaru's like, oh yeah, I love you a lot, and like I want to get your memories back, and I want to help you, and he's also defending her against these aliens, and also he said aliens were real, and was like we fought aliens before, and she's like no they're not. Now she see them. It's like a lot of things are kind of falling into place for her to like be more fucking accepting or I don't know, tolerable or whatever. I don't know the word for lack of a better word, but now she sees that like he wasn't bullshitting, and I think that'll help a lot even before like assuming she still doesn't get her memories back for a while.
So I actually disagree with Weeb because Weeb just said that the whistle's going to muddy things up a bit. The way I see this playing out, the last time we were, seeing things from Saint Germain's perspective, they were talking about befriending our main characters. So the way I see this playing out is Okaroon just discovering his new powers. He's not going to be able to fight off all of the aliens. But because Momo blew the whistle, Saint Germain's going to pop up, or someone under Saint Germain's going to pop up in order to help them fight and save them from this situation.
Yeah, I guess I can see it. I wonder though, like how much of a help they really need because the mummy's power kind of like tossed everyone to the trash can. Like all most of the Serpoians are probably like gone for the time being. Like maybe they're not dead, but they're probably like taken out of the fight. So it looks like it might end up just being like a Momo and Okaroon versus Mummy with like three Serpoians, fighting. But the Mummy
I,
guy is probably going to be like such a big deal, like for them. Like they're playing like floor is lava, but like floor is fucking hell in this case.
yeah,
So like,
they they have restricted movement. Uh, Okaroon isn't adjusted to the club yet, so he's probably not going to be too much help. And then Momo can't use her powers at the moment, so I don't see that fight going well
yeah,
without
Mhm.
outside help. I
Yeah,
do
for
want to
sure.
point out though, I love how they're turning Okaroon into Kuwabara.
yes. Fucking lightsaber spirit sword. This is fire. I was not fucking expecting this. I really thought the fucking club was gonna become like, I don't know, a bigger club or maybe a sword or something. I don't know. Like I thought it would just grow, but no, fucking beam sword? This is dope.
It feels like alien tech more than it does, like yokai.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. So like okay, let's say Saint Germain does show up. Do you think he shows up as himself or does he pull like a great Saiyan man and he fucking shows up like in a costume or something?
I could see
Oh,
either him showing up as himself or just sending an underling to assist them, but most likely him showing up as himself.
Okay.
Because his whole goal right now is to befriend them, and him trying to hide himself probably wouldn't help out too much with that.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, this fucking this mummy alien though, this Tatsu is not fucking lacking. His bag of fucking unique fucking creatures and abilities is never ending. Like
No.
oh man, I can't get enough of his designs, man. Especially on a weekly basis to have to come up with all this stuff like off the cuff. I'm just like, how do you come up with this stuff sometimes?
yeah, and like I feel like this is the type of design that will evolve too because he's a mummy and so he's like kind of making like a treadmill with his like mummy wraps, but like won't they all kind of unravel? I don't see that they're coming back like they're looping, but I don't know if they're like coming back into his body or if they're just like going behind him or something. Like they kind
Oh
of
no,
make a circle.
so you can see it coming from originally his arm. And then in the picture where it shows it wrapping, it's going into his leg. So one side's coming out from his arm, and then it's wrapping back into the wrap on his leg.
Okay, okay. So still though, I wonder like if maybe Okaroon can like cut that or something with the fucking lightsaber, would it cause like I'm just wondering like are we gonna see a situation where this like mummy guy, like all the wraps, unravel and we see like a body underneath it and it's fucking King Tut or some shit under
Oh,
there.
definitely.
Yeah. This is crazy though, man. Like fucking mummy riding a bicycle with a sword and he's like making his own bridge with the mummy wraps. Like this, what is he smoking? What is Tatsu like in the lab cooking? Like where is he getting this shit? Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that impresses me the most isn't necessarily like all of the alien or creature designs that he comes up with, because those are all, relatively established. They come from somewhere. It's how he innovates on creating their powers that impresses me the most, because yeah, like a mummy who makes everything black turn into a void and rides on his own bandage strips. Who comes up with that? How?
Yeah, it almost feels like he's kind of like, because mummies, they're wrapping them to prepare them for the afterlife. Almost feels like this is kind of like his way of like riding through the afterlife. Like everything else is gone. There's it looks like space, or like this could be like a sort of spirit realm. They're in the awesome zone or whatever that the aliens have kind of put together. So is he just riding through? Like if they all fall, like do they just go to fucking fucking death, or I don't know. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. This is also just another situation though, with Okarun now defending Momo and Momo not having her powers. I want to see like how they get out of this. Besides the lightsaber, because that probably won't end up being just like the save all. It's not the oh shit button. Like he's not just gonna save the day with it. He'll probably put in mad work, but like I'm interested to see how Okarun, strategist works, because Momo's usually the one, being a strategist, but she doesn't have her powers. But like, is she still going to be able to like be that? Because she didn't lose her like intelligence. She's not stupid, but like now that she doesn't fully, she doesn't know what. Excuse me, she doesn't know what she can do. She doesn't know like fully what Okaru can do. So it's not like she can be like coaching him and saying like, oh yeah, use your speed now or whatever. Like all she could say is like swing or jump, but like I want to see like is she still going to be calling the shots once Okaroon starts stancing up, or is it just all going to be Okaroon defending her here?
I
Yeah, that's definitely the question.
I don't know, because that's a mixture of, is it intuition, is it knowledge, is it experience that allows Momo to be this shot caller? And we haven't really had a chance to kind of see that, because she's always been the shot caller.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's probably more intuition than anything else, which means I think she'd still be, in that same role.
Mm.
Yeah, I would like that. It'd be cool, especially if like she keeps blowing the whistle and like she just goes like fuck it, this thing like this is pointless, and she just kind of like starts relying on herself again. She's like, me and this kid need help, and I can't just like lean on him to do everything. And she kind of takes charge here somehow. I don't know what she would do. Maybe she would like set the bandage on fire or something, while it's like fucking not looking. But I'm interested to see how she performs here, other than just like sitting behind Okra. Not that like she needs to do anything, because Momo always comes through and like you said, is a shot caller. But like I want to see if she's gonna take a back seat here and let fucking Okaroon save the day, or if she's actually gonna like pull a trick out of the hat.
Nah, I
Mm.
think Okaru's going to go crazy. We're finally going to see, what his training resulted in and how he now fights.
Yeah,
I feel like the big
Okaroon.
focus is going to be on him.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be cool to see Okaroon like fucking dancing and running along the fucking sidewalks, jumping across floor is lava, fucking lightsaber slashing and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
We'll see
Very good.
tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, tomorrow. Yep. Cool
Very
chapter
true.
though. Um, very cool chapter. Yep, the usual Dandadan stuff, man. Just you turn the page and it's just like, well, what the fuck is going on? Like that's Dandadan for you.
It really is. Every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got anything else for this one, Traff?
Nah, nothing else for me.
What about you, Weep?
Just that I can't wait to see the club.
The what? The club?
Yeah.
The ogre club?
The yeah, the Oni club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Can't wait to see what he does with that. It'd be interesting. It'd be a very Tatsu thing. Like if this thing performs like completely different from a lightsaber, like you end the chapter on a cliffhanger like, "Ooh, lightsaber, spirit sword," but then like next chapter it's like a magic water. He's like flinging like energy beams from like range or something instead of it being melee. Like everyone's
Yeah,
thinking he's gonna be like clashing swords, but like imagine if this shit like conjures tornadoes or something. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
yeah,
Something
that'd be
something
great.
nerdy.
Out character.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like cause he's a nerd character, so it's like he probably wants to do like some wizard shit or something. Laser beam. Visualize the creation of a laser beam. So it's like if this shit just fires the laser, that'd be nuts. The mummy dude is just cooked from fucking 50 meters away.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see soon. Couple hours. We got like about 14 hours until the chapter drops or whatever. So let us know down below your thoughts, comments, concerns, and if we was cooking or not. And if Traffy wasn't, feel free to drop that.
Agreed.
But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for this was Don to Don chapter 216. Look, we're being attacked by space aliens. We'll catch y'all next time. Now jumping into Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 243, Multitasking Prestissimo. Um, Good chapter, action packed. But before jumping into that, I really wanted to just talk about for a moment last week's chapter and just, I guess, be honest. And I wasn't really feeling the whole Psycho Zero thing, her being, the one that the bunny was going to recruit or whatever. I mean, I guess it's cool in the end, but not what I was expecting. And I just felt like it could have been a different character other than Psycho. But I wanted to hear what you guys got to say. What you think?
So a few weeks ago,
Hmm.
we did have a discussion about, guessing who it could be. Uh, I don't remember if anyone guessed Psyker Zero. Um,
I
because I
don't think.
know
No, I don't think I don't think I definitely didn't bring it up.
I think I guessed it would be Kyogoku.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
we
I
we,
think,
we also said Sylvie. I said Katso.
yeah, I,
Just
I think it just felt like it made more sense to be a character who like wasn't recently like in the spotlight or involved. Like I would imagine it'd be a character who wasn't present like in the last arc at the very least, but Saiger was. So it's like I
I
don't know.
the way that it was written, it was like it was a surprise. And I think, Siger Zero makes perfect sense, but because they were hyping it up as a surprise, that felt kind of like, oh, that's too obvious of who it would be, so it can't be Siger Zero. But with, them saying it is Siger Zero, that makes sense. It like based on everything we know throughout the story, it makes sense that Siger Zero would be the next person.
I mean, I guess I don't even remember if like I can't remember if it was ever stated like before this point that Saiger Zero got marked and then got it cleansed, or if this was just like something that was kind of like given to us now.
No,
If it
they've
was
mentioned
mentioned
it before.
before, yeah, if it was mentioned before, then sure. But like still, it just feels weird to have, like when we jumped into this arc, it was like, oh, cool. It's Sunraku and it's Akane Akitsu, two characters who like they have some history or whatever, a little bit from playing the other game, and then they like fought side by side when it was when they fought Lycaon or whatever. But that was like 4 arcs ago, and Akane Akitsu hasn't been present since then. And so like, saying like I'm gonna go get someone. I was just thinking like, oh yeah, it would definitely not be, at least anyone who was involved in the last fight. Like I felt like it's kind of weird to like bring Saiger here so soon. Like I thought either a completely new character, like or someone we would least expect. Not like I mean, not to say we expected Saiger, but like why would I expect it to be Saiger?
I like as I was saying, I think Siger was the clear choice, but she was such an obvious choice that it was something that escapes your brain. You're like, no, that's too obvious. Why would it be Siger?
It just feels weird because then in this case it's like, okay, we'll just go bring the rest of Wolfgang. Like, can you break more people? Like, oh, it's just I didn't want this to be like a Wolfgang, raid, and this kind of turns it into one. I guess it still isn't really, but three people from the same clan all having the fucking the entry to this location and this event. It's just I don't know. It just feels like there could have been something different. Like we could have got a different character or an introduction or something different, man. But I mean, Saiger's a boss, so, like,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, she's gonna wreck house and fuck shit up, and, like, she's gonna come through and Saraku is gonna be hype, and I don't know, maybe they still have, like maybe Saiger is still on that, like I don't know how it's gonna be because like, before she was worried about, like, Akane Akitsu kinda moving in on Sunraku, but now Sunraku knows who she is, so it's like maybe she doesn't have to, like, worry so much, she can kinda, like, focus on, like, getting closer to him, like, as they know each other instead of, like, "Oh, no, he's this person's, like, trying to talk to my man, but he also doesn't even know I, like him," but also Akane Akitsu is a guy in real life, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I do
I don't
kind
know.
of like how we got the explanation as to why she's getting roped in, even though it is kind of like a bit of a hand wavy type of deal. Because she had the mark before, but they basically immediately got rid of it. So, like, I guess anybody to that is like has like either high enough levels or stats or could match certain criteria. If they've had a mark of a colossi before, even if they removed it, there's always a possibility that they could fall under the categories of unlocking the Rabbit Sue event, depending on how things go.
Yeah, it just goes to show that like these players that we've been following, like the main character crew, like they're so far like ahead of everyone else. Like this game's been out for like a year. Sunraku and Kane Akitsu kind of like just joined like within I don't know a month or two now, and like those two and Saiger are the only ones to ever get marked. Like people were basically dying to get this information from them on how they got marked so that they can start these scenarios and stuff, and like even if, if someone else had been marked and we just didn't know, like we would have probably seen like more bunnies go in to recruit people similar to the way that like Saiger is being recruited. Like, oh yeah, even though you don't get the mark, we really need bodies for this fucking war going on. But like they just went straight to Saiger. We didn't get like, red shirt guy and extra 1-2 who got marked. Like these are the only three people who ever got marked, and that just shows that like everyone else playing this game is pretty shit.
Well, I think the point of this is each scenario is opened by specific actions. So while Saiger Zero did fight Lycokin with a Vorpal weapon, uh, she didn't wander into a back alley to meet a rabbit. So other people could have been marked, but just never knew the additional steps or that it even led to a unique scenario.
Mm.
See,
That might be.
So you have
That's possible.
people who went in and they fought and they lost. You probably have people who went in with the same attitude as Sunraku, but they didn't have a Vorpal weapon, so they didn't get marked. And then you probably have people who went in, got marked, but never went anywhere that would lead to an interaction with someone from Rabatuza. Um, that's just generally how like a game works, and if they release the information about how to do it, you would see a lot more people being invited to Rabatuza. And that's kind of the idea of sharing and withholding information so that you maintain that advantage, because there probably are other people that are out there and marked, but they just don't know they need to go somewhere. And if that information was released, they'd be like, oh, yeah, let's just go to this town and go to a back alley and wait to see a rabbit show up.
so you think Saiger would have been not included if she hadn't gone to the alley?
Correct.
Okay, because the way I was looking at it was like this rabbit was gonna come find her wherever she was, but she just happened to be at the alley at the time, which was convenient anyway.
Nah, it's video game logic. We're
Yeah.
seeing like these story bits from the NPC side, but it's all just a computer saying, hey, this character is moving into position. Go ahead and send out the NPC.
True, true, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, video game logic definitely has to apply here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. I still don't like it so much, but like I like Saiger Zero, so I don't like hate that it happened. I just wish it could have been somebody else. But I mean, Saiger's like I said, she's fucking fire and she's gonna fuck shit up. So I'm ready to see what she does. But yeah, on to the actual chapter. How you guys feeling about this snake fight? Yeah.
It's
It
fun.
is, yeah, yeah. It's cool. It's quick paced. It shows Sunraku's ingenuity when it comes to fighting. It's cool to see the progression of how everything goes on, because like yeah, Sunraku's maintaining his cool and analyzing everything that's happening, but the fight is progressively getting harder, so he has to figure out how to, receive this poison without killing her while she's getting stronger. It adds a lot of stakes to the fight.
Yeah, so the thing that's confusing me, and maybe is just like because I haven't been, because like I said, I've been moving and haven't been able to focus too much, but like, why doesn't he just let her hit him? Like, if he wants to get poisoned, why isn't he just like, slash my chest, beat that acid upon my body?
So
I
Like,
think it's because
it's
like if he gets hit
he's
with too much
weak.
of it. Yeah, he's a last standing.
Sunraku doesn't have like a defensive or tankish build. He's always running the risk of getting one shot by literally everything he fights. So he's trying to find a way to get poisoned without taking a direct hit and dying.
so it's just he doesn't want to get one shot.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
I,
pretty
gu- I
and
sure
if
guess,
he
and
he
then
does,
feel the
specifically mentions that.
okay,
if he does get one shot, there is the risk of him not getting the curse, and
yeah,
then basically the whole event just kind of ending badly and maybe screwing up the storyline for the
yeah.
worst.
It's I think it's mostly the event because yeah, like you said, because I was thinking even if he gets one shot, like he would probably still spawn with the curse, I would imagine, but like the scenario would fail and all the rabbits would die and
Well,
he would fuck up.
But it could also be
I
the
don't.
case that sorry, you go.
Oh, I don't think that's the case. So even if Sunraku died, the event would still be happening because you have a Kaino Akitsu and Saiger Zero that's currently heading there. So the event would still be progressing, but he would be moved back to his bed. So there would be
Yeah,
the time for, or he'd be moved back from, or moved back to his bed. His debuffs would be cleared. He'd have to make his way back to the cave, back to where he is, which he had already received his opening. So you don't know if he could get another one, and then of course try to get the poison again. It's just it. I don't think it would fail the event, but it would be detrimental for him to be taken down.
yeah. When I
I
said
do think
fail,
that, I do think
go ahead.
there's one extra thing to take into account, and that's the personality of each of the colossi. Because based on what we've seen, each of the colossi have their own personalities and criteria for like their markings, at least to an extent. I think Lycagon's more of like a trickster looking for like someone to mess with and for a worthy opponent. Same with that we could say with the I forgot his name, the gold dragon. We don't have I have no idea with Catharnid, but Gold DNA does seem like it does have has been said in the story to have like a grudge against Vash. So it's very possible that she wouldn't like willing the condition wouldn't be given if you like get KO'd since you're fighting on behalf of Vash and Rabatuza. It could just be like you have to survive the fight with the clone to actually get the curse. That could be that could be like the condition for it. Because
Well,
I wouldn't I do think the conditions should be different based on the different colossi. So I think that could also be play a role into that.
it's not necessarily a condition, at least as far as we know now. You get poisoned by something that the snakes do to you. And so in this chapter, we see the gray goo blade that she created initially, and then later on, she mixes it with her tooth blood. And so, Sunraku could have gone and touched the goo, but that might not have been the poison he needed. And so now he could go touch the black blades, and that could be, but he also doesn't know. And we don't know because we don't have more information, but it could keep progressing to where it becomes the actual poison that they're looking for. Right now, Sunraku's just kind of gauging how the fight's looking and also trying to identify what is the poison or the curse that he needs to take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an interesting battle, trying not to get one shot while also trying to get cursed and, having to consider his allies in the back. And when I was saying like the scenario would be over, I guess maybe not literally, but like it would be so much of a disadvantage for his group after like if he did get hit and died, he would, who knows how long it would take him to get back and that could throw the game. Like it could ruin things. Like he might make it back, but like everybody might be defeated or something, or like you said, he might not get another opening like the one that Aidward created when he whipped out that one sword or whatever, and then all the snakes went fucking crazy. So it's like it'd be a major disadvantage for him to die and then try and run back basically to the scenario.
Yeah, yeah, and they'd have to shift roles completely because the only people who can get the curse are the people who have been marked. So then Akainu would have to move from her position, a, Akainu Akitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She'd have to be moved from her position to take Sunraku's spot while he's trying to make it back. It would just, it would really suck for their mission if he did go down.
Yeah. And it's it's probably the type of thing where people would die. Like this, the colossi are supposed to be, one and done, and NPCs when they die, it's game over. So like, if Sanraku dies, then that 20 minutes it takes him to come back, like somebody like Emo or something could be killed, and he could lose access to the quest. Like this whole thing could be over if Go Nine wins. Like this whole shit could be over. Like Rabbituza could just cease to exist. It seems like the type of game where like an area like that could just be wiped off the map if Colossi can just be gone forever.
It could even just be a closed instance, so he wouldn't be able to get back in if he died. Or
Yeah.
if you're going by normal MMO logic, he'd be set back to the beginning of the dungeon and then he'd have to make his way back there. Which would, cut down on some of those stakes a lot if it was just back to the beginning of the dungeon, hey, travel back to where you were.
Yeah, but it seems like
Yeah.
some Shangri-La Frontier isn't the type of story where like you can fail like a mission, a scenario like this, like a quest. Yeah, like fail, collect 20 sheep pelts or whatever, and like you die, you can just go back and get recollect them. But like in a war thing like this, where like lives are on the line, and they say characters, you know, NPCs can't respawn. It's like this could end up, the bunnies could get wiped out.
Yeah, yeah. Either way, it would be a huge risk for everything in the story at this point if he did fail.
Yeah. I do want to say that like I don't know like I'm enjoying it, but like part of me is just waiting for more because like I don't know, in the beginning of like the Katarnet battle I didn't really care for it. I think it was an art thing, and like the I didn't like the Crystal Scorpion arc, and I'm kind of like not fully locked in on this arc so far with the battle. Like I know that there's gonna be more, and this is just a clone. But like I'm ready to see what else is in store for this fight, especially since they kind of jump right into it. Every other battle kind of like had a lot of steps and like tiers and levels to them. So I'm ready to see like what the next level is.
Yeah,
And it's
and
gonna
I'm
happen.
I'm sure there's a lot more that'll happen before they, make it to the end outside of just this fight.
Yeah. And like I'm ready to see what that true Gold Nine look like, because this is just a clone and he's like calling it Reptica. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like reptile replica. That's dope. And
Mhm.
its body is like hardening as when he crits it, the part of the body
same.
hardens and then he can collect it. So he's definitely gonna make some like fucking snake scale like weapons or armor or something, especially if he manages to get this curse removed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Mm.
dope. Golden fucking like helmet or something. He
Or
probably stick
armor.
with the bird head. Yeah, probably go for
No,
armor.
I could see him getting new weapons like poison daggers from this fight.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely daggers for
Yeah.
sure. He'll some kind of something weapon related for sure, even if it's just like an application, like a goopy, like a weapon oil or something he gets or something. But like an armor, I think would be cool too, even if it's just like a fucking I don't know,
Chainmail.
yeah, just something like he can wear, and it don't be too bulky or whatever. I don't know. Shangri-La Frontier, it's like the way the story has been going so long. It's like it's almost like weird, and like it feels like it would be I don't know, for lack of a better word, a disservice to the series to have him like suddenly like lose the curse and then be wearing a bunch of armor and a new helmet and stuff. It's like this is Saraku, man. This is the guy I know. Like I don't want to see him like his whole shit change. Like
Mhm.
I could see like if he did receive armor here, it would have something to do with the curse. So he would be able to wear it, and it would cancel out his curse that prevents him from wearing armor. But because it's poison related, it does like damage to him over time. So he has a
I
limiter on
think that
how
would
long
work.
he could wear the armor.
Yeah, that would add a good amount of like counterbalance to like for him finally being able to wear armor, but having it be like an actual detriment to his overall health.
Nah,
But it
I
can
mean,
also play
he can
like
currently wear armor. It just breaks really quick.
yeah, after like 30 seconds
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be
or three
cool if he
minutes.
had like an armor like cooldown. Like he had like an Iron Man suit that he can like pop on like during a fight,
Yeah.
but like it's like a once a day cooldown that lasts for like 10 minutes. I could be down with that. But
Yeah.
like I don't want to lose the signature Sun Raku look.
Mhm.
Yeah, I definitely think he should, like, if he does get armor, there should be limitations to it, such as a cooldown or it does damage over time to him when he wears it. Either one works.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
damage over time one I think makes more sense though, because poison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And some of his abilities rely on like having
Full
low
health.
health. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So something that damages him over time from wearing it would be kind of perfect.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next chapter, man. He's talking about using the Satan skills from the fucking skill book. We've been waiting on that. I know Knox, if he read this chapter, he probably was hyped when he saw that because I know that was something that he was looking forward to. The
It's
Wazaimon
about
book,
time.
man. We got
I
yeah,
completely forgot about that after with everything that's happened since then.
yeah.
I forgot about the book.
I think I just assumed he gave it to someone. Like maybe he gave it to not Rust, but I don't know. I think I imagine that he just would have like given it to someone, or maybe it was that he kept the book and he was giving like the mechs stuff to Rust or something. I don't know. I assumed that he gave the book to someone or like was using it as like a bartering chip or something. But if he still got it and he's using those skills, I can't wait to see. If he pulls out the fucking what was it, Tachikane or whatever. Like Wazama was hitting moves, man. He was really twerking
Yeah.
with that sword out in the field. Like
I'm gonna
Saraku
hit him
about to
with the
start
EI
hitting.
style.
Bro, if
Hmm.
Saraku about to start cutting the fucking clouds, bro, I'll be screaming next in this next chapter.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready, man. Can't wait to see. And fucking Golden Nine clone is like blackening up and getting tougher. So yeah, he's gonna have to do something. Whale lore, moonblade, pale sheen. A lot of words, man.
The way you said that just reminded me of that meme with Biden, and he's like grabbing the black person's face, and he's like, "You ain't black no more," but it's in
Oh
reverse.
my god. I forgot about that.
Oh man, if you ain't vote for me, you ain't black.
God damn. That's funny.
That what a guy, yeah.
Yeah, he probably
Sleepy
didn't
Joe.
remember.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. Now we got Dozing Don. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else, Traffy?
Nah, I'm good.
What about you, Weber?
I'm all good.
All right, that's gonna do it for Shangri-La Frontier, chapter 243, multitasking prestissimo. I didn't even think like to fucking figure out what the title could possibly fucking mean, but hey, man,
It's
we'll
a
get to it.
so Prestissimo is a quickening of pace. So it's a
Oh,
multitasking fast battle, basically.
okay. I
These
thought it was
chapter
something.
names.
I thought it was something to do with music or whatever. But
It is. It's
okay,
the quickening of the pace in music. Like Fortissimo is getting louder, or
yeah.
Retardando is getting slower, but it's just quicker.
Okay, okay, I'm
Okay.
feeling it. Yep. Shout out to Traffic for the fucking Wikipedia knowledge or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. Good chapter here. We got Snake Booty and stuff. So yeah. Hopefully next chapter's a banger. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one. I already said the chapter title. This was Shangri-La Frontier. Catch you next time. Now jumping into Big Gachi, Big Cooter, chapter 155, The Source of Power. And mostly a brawling chapter, but we got some words in here. Just crazy to see that Rudo kind of got fucking the way Rudo is being held up here at the end of last chapter, and then at the start of this one, I was like, damn, what happened to my boy? Yeah, but
And we still
you
don't
got
get to know.
yeah, like that's this whole thing, like this. They really gave us like a 3 chapter flash forward, and I just noticed that like we didn't review. We're with the way I guess Gachi was a break the last time we had a review, and then like we didn't do reviews for like 2 weeks. So there's like 2 chapters that we didn't talk about, and then there's this chapter. So a lot has fucking happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it feel like last chapter and this chapter were supposed to be like a singular chapter? Because I don't know. That's the feeling I got when I reread the last week's chapter going into this one.
They both.
No, because the last chapter is from Amo's perspective, and then this chapter is going into what Mimo is doing, the destruction he's wreaking. So it didn't feel like it was the same chapter.
I
Because
think
I
I'm talking
think
about in
this is
terms of length.
happening directly after Amo shows up with the way it's being set, the way it's set up with Rudo breaking free from his grip at the start of the chapter.
Oh no, he wasn't breaking free from his grip.
Yeah, yeah.
The
This.
the
It seemed
last
like to me. Yeah,
chapter ends
probably looked
with
at it wrong then.
the last chapter ends with Mimo holding up Rudo and Amo seeing that. And then this chapter shows that same thing, and then it goes to like a flashback.
Yeah. So like after like the last page of last chapter and then the first page of this chapter are all things that haven't happened yet. But the Amo walking through the street and finding Rudo is something that basically happens like in the next 20 minutes. But we just saw it already. Kind of like how Boruto
Oh, okay.
starts with the end.
So
Yeah, yeah.
the clear
Okay, I
thing
get it.
here is for the first page, the first panel with Rudo in it, you can see blood on underneath both eyes, and then when it flashes back, you only see the blood under one eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So like now we're seeing like for the rest of the chapter, we're seeing the things that led up to Rudo being held by his arm like this. So
Okay.
like
Okay. So I definitely read this chapter wrong. Eh,
yeah.
oh,
But yeah, I
is
mean,
what it is.
it was also short though. Like this chapter was,
Yeah.
if you know don't count that one page as a double. Like this is only 10 pages,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I
I
think we're
think
going
last
on
week
break
was
for two
short too.
weeks.
Oh damn, that hurts.
I don't know if it's next week, starting next week or the following week, though.
Okay,
Just
Hopefully, it's the
Kieran has said it on
following.
Twitter. She's going on a bit of a break for 2 weeks.
That
Um,
probably means there won't be one this chapter or this week and next week.
yeah,
I
she been
guess.
cooking though, so you know I'll give her. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
but but no, this is
Uh,
dope.
yeah, yeah. The chapter's just Mimo going on a rampage against everyone. He just gets rid of the twins pretty quickly, and then Rudo shows up and starts throwing hands, but can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the action in this chapter looks insane. And how
Yeah.
Rudo was like using his clothing vital instruments to insane degrees to like either turn into a sword or block his vision with like with feather stickers or whatever, and it still did absolutely nothing to him. Like I'm still because Mimo was giving off final boss levels of durability and stuff like that, like having to find a way to like overcome it. I'm not sure how we win this. Two Lily could play a role like we mentioned in the past, or maybe we're getting set up for Amo to actually really step up and her being the key to stopping Mimo or something.
I
yeah,
I feel like we're so used to seeing only this type of fight in more modern manga when it's getting close to the end. You don't have these big final boss type fights. But if you go back to, when we were younger, you have Naruto, for example, where Pain would have came off as a final boss, but he wasn't. Um, and then like Bleach, you have Aizen, who was not the final boss. One Piece, it feels like every arc ends with a final boss. It really calls back into what we were used to experiencing, where now everybody's racing to try to keep their manga from getting axed, that they are literally just skipping through all of the smaller enemies to get to that final boss. We don't get a lot of mid bosses anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that like because you know with Centuria, I'm always complaining and saying that like I want us to meet a more localized threat, like a character like in the area. But like I'm never expecting that character to be someone who seems like they could in the universe. Like Mimo, Mimo is the perfect like in between character. He's not one of the vandals, and he just kind of came out of nowhere. He was in this story a few times as like a radio host or whatever, but like he still kind of comes out of nowhere. But then like he stole the show. He's like if they don't beat him, he could just he could ruin like everything could be done if they don't beat Babo, and he's indestructible here. Like what the fuck? I don't know. Obviously something's gonna happen where they beat him, but
Yeah, there's got to be some technicality or loophole with his ability.
I
yeah,
mean,
But yeah,
they've already said that he can be damaged with the
vital instruments.
vital instruments. I just think Rudo's not packing enough strength here, which is funny because that means that Zonka had enough power to damage
Oh,
Maimo,
dude,
but Rudo doesn't.
yeah.
I just remembered something very crucial. Rudo's wearing a bunch of different clothes. I think for like his gloves, his coat, and his boots. Rudo has a three vital instrument limit to activate around the same time, but if he's concentrating all his power into one, it's a lot stronger. So, which means if he's only using one, activating one vital instrument, like with his full force, that could be what, like similar to how we destroyed the core in the trash beast a while ago. Like that could be why his moves aren't doing much damage because he's literally activating three at once and like using their abilities.
I don't think he is. I think the outfit is just considered one. And I'm pretty sure he's already used other trash in this fight.
Coat
No,
the
I think
coat
he's
is
just
being yeah, I think before he just used the feet like
yeah,
individually, but like now he's using the coat. But like I don't think he's ever turned them off. Like maybe he's still
yeah,
just kept the feet
because
active.
he's still jumping or he's still like moving really fast. He's still moving
Yeah.
fast. So yeah, I think he's using multiple at the same time to give himself a fighting chance. But I think if he uses just one with like using all of his power, even though he'll use up his like limit for his like anima or whatever, it could be just the power boost he needs to deal really good damage if not finish the fight against Maimo.
He might pull out a fucking Black Clover and push beyond the limits though. Who knows? But I
Well,
mean there's still
Yeah.
there's still other characters that haven't shown up, like Lily, and then like I'm still just betting on what's her name? Hio? I think that's her name. The fucking
Yeah,
Zonka's
yeah,
I'm
yo, she hasn't
I'm
showed up
still
yet. But
betting
then
on
again,
her
is she even a
showing up.
giver? Did they even
uh,
confirm she was a giver?
I think
I
She just
don't
so.
grabbed the sword.
know. I don't think they've specifically said if she was a giver or not.
Yeah, maybe not, maybe not, but
But
like still, she's gotta
I,
show up. She said she's gonna be here.
Yeah.
the end of this chapter, Mimo does say, I'm sure you're dying to know the secret to my strength. The first is to make effective use of the Watchmen series, and the all important other secret is to know the source of a giver's power and to understand it. So that is implying that Rudo could achieve the same level of power as him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this feels
I
like
mean, yeah,
a
that's definitely end game foreshadowing.
yeah, this feels like a greater understanding of like anima to me. Like, remember a couple weeks ago, I was saying like I feel like they don't really talk about like anima much in a lot of other stories when they have like a cursed energy. Like it kind of ends up being something that gets talked about and focused on a lot, and they never like anima has only been talked about like twice in this story. But
Mhm.
that's when I see this, that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe he's talking about his understanding of anima as a power source, and maybe like it's gonna get focused on more.
That could be it. But also, you also mentioned the understanding of the Watchmen series, which is he implying that he has a Watchmen series thing as a like as a part of his mic, or is he just
No,
referring to like the neck?
He
I'm thinking he's referring to like the necklace that Gauntus had.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he
what I was
is.
thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
That's probably it.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
what if?
definitely what I was thinking.
Yeah, imagine if he was wearing the necklace the whole time and it was hidden, and that's why he's got an upgrade, like going beyond human with his vital instrument was so effective. Maybe
Well,
that maybe it boosts other vital instruments.
I don't think he's wearing it. I think that's still just the point of like him like needing to use
Yeah,
Gounces. But
yeah, but like no, the reason I bring it up is because like, what if he just did that as like a contingency plan, also?
I don't know. It seems like
But then
more
again,
layers than needed.
maybe.
But he is interested in at least Amo. Like he looked at Amo when she pulled up a couple chapters ago, and he was like talking about like, oh, what if? So like,
Yeah,
she's got the boots. Like he might be plotting to do something with them too. But yeah, just Mama was just terrifying. And like when Zonka cut his like slashed his face and then the teeth pulled up, I was like, yeah, this is nightmare fuel.
yeah. At least
This is just terror.
yeah, and I'm just glad he's talking because like that was something that I think Traffy brought up before, that he was just gonna be like a mindless creature destroying stuff, and that we wouldn't get to see him like speak or have his actual personality still.
Hey, I didn't say that.
I think that was
Or was it
me.
Knox?
Yeah, I think it was me. It was like
Was you?
because like a lot of times we get like big boss monsters and they don't have their
Yeah.
personality. And it was like it's important that Mimo still has his personality and they aren't just fighting a blob of like nothingness that just attacks indiscriminately. Everything around it has got to die or whatever. So it's definitely good to see Mimo is still like in there, but he's
Mhm.
just ascended. Yeah.
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 Also, just I think it's funny like when manga do this like on what is this page 9 when Rudo does the like he slashes and you got like the line that slashes like Mimo's body in half, but he goes not a scratch. It is like how did he get from one point to another? Did he like bounce off Mimo's head or something? Like how is this
No
slash
idea.
here if like he didn't cut him through? Because it looks like he got cut through.
Dramatic
Because
effect.
obviously, yeah, it was just like how does that slash get there if Rudo doesn't travel through his body with the slash? Like,
Well, I
Rule of
think
cool.
he just extended it, the like
Yeah, that was
jacket
it too.
spear.
right, but like, wasn't he in front of him? Like, am I tripping? I
Well,
thought he like attacked him and like went through. Like in One Piece, Zoro does it. He like starts in front of you. He charges. The person's got like an X, and then Zoro's behind him, like sheathing his swords already or whatever. It's it's funny to see that happen, and the person doesn't get a scratch. Because like I always imagine that like they're flying through the cut they deliver or something. Maybe not in One Piece's case, because Zoro's not like going through someone's body, but like I don't know,
I
just
think
seeing this.
I'm pretty sure it's a trope in a lot of different series. They do this.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think, I think it just slid across the front of his body.
Oh, yeah,
That might be it.
it just looks funny that like to do this and have that big slash and then go not a scratch. Also, the fucking panel right below it is fucking Mimo doing the fucking Biden blast. Fucking shut up, nigga. Strong fucking voice boom. Yeah, like this shit's fucking hilarious. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh
Rudo,
man.
Rudo trying some shit, but he, as we see, he finna get packed up. So somebody's got to come to the rescue because unless he, fucking taps into that fucking unconscious strength, he's gonna be fucking taken out pretty soon.
The funny
Yeah.
part is there's so many characters that can hop in that there's
Yeah,
no way to guess who it's
Is
going to
there?
be. Is it going to be Tamsi? Is it going to be Hio? Is it going to be Engine?
Oh, what
Amo?
about Arco?
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like people could pull like the Raiders, like don't they? I doubt like the fucking the Vandal guys are gonna come, but like it's possible. Like anything's possible here, especially the Doll Festival. People are dressed up in
Hmm.
costumes. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
could just be chilling.
Hmm.
Yeah, so many possibilities, and it looks like we're going to have to wait, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah. That is what it is. Still an awesome chapter though.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Definitely fire last couple chapters, but
Hmm.
we finna be waiting, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I think that's it from me. You got anything else for this one?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. What about you, Treff?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, that's gonna do it then for Big Gachi, Biggest Cooter, Chapter 155, The Source of Power. Now jumping into Ichi the Witch, 58th Hunt, Nurture the Future. How you feeling about this one, Traffy?
Uh, so this one was definitely very word heavy, but I do like how they are. I would say humanizing. Or
Shirone.
yeah, there you go. I almost said Shira Badana. And the way that they're doing this with like this internal talk with. Did we get the name
I
of?
mean, I think the human girl was calling Jiki Shirone Sammy.
Yeah,
So maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Shirone
But
is the name of the human girl, and the prophecy magic was just using her name.
yeah, she's using it. But Traffy was asking about the pregnant woman. I forget her name too.
Oh,
Oh
right.
no, no, no.
The
I was
nerd.
asking about the human inside of
Oh, okay.
yeah, Jake Shirai.
Yeah, so yeah, her name was Jika Shirone, but
Okay.
like I think yeah, I'm pretty sure that the magic was just using her name because it was more convenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's my
prophecy. But
guess.
yeah,
yes.
I was definitely trying to figure out like where does Sammy come from? Like what the fuck? Prophecy? Prophet Sammy? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, the idea that she's getting this humanization inside of herself with the human that's there and talking about coexistence, which seems to be a huge focus for both this arc and her character. It is interesting, and then following that up with conversation between the pregnant lady and her to kind of reinforce that humanization and of course, where that leads at the end of this chapter, I think it did a really good job for a chapter that's focused on what I would call side characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
Mhm.
this was a really good chapter. Definitely when you get to the end, like the whole thing, leading up to this. This is a really good chapter, man. Just nothing, no, don't have to fucking no buts or ands or anything like that. Like the chapter was just good
Yeah,
and fucking like
like you said.
I wasn't expecting it, especially after like the way last chapter ended with fucking Sukuna. I mean Roro kind of like fucking shitting all over the Octo Devil and like doing very cool shit, like super amped up Inazuri and taking on like the wolf's fucking feet and stuff like that. Like sucks that we missed last chapter, like last review, because there was some beggar shit in there. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
this opening
some
this
awesome
chapter, I was
stuff.
like, where did yeah? Well, I opened this chapter, I was like, wait, what happened last week? I had to like flip back to the last chapter. It's like, how we get here? So we didn't like. I guess they're taking a break. Like the octopus is kind of fried and fucking like maybe unconscious for a little bit, and they're like trying to strategize and figure out what they're gonna do before it gets back up because it's like not dead or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely with the vision she had, they're gonna
Oh
double
damn.
down their efforts on him coming back. The question is like, what is his purpose in coming back? Is it just for Ichi? Is he gonna come back, but Ichi's not gonna be as strong as Uroro controlling his body, so he's gonna be upset and start killing people. It really does a good job of setting up future events without giving away too much information.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also, that just that 2-page spread of that future sight, the second Jiggy like touched Minerva's belly to feel the baby. That was definitely the darkest thing I've seen in this manga to date, and
Yeah.
this week. So,
nothing fucking come close. I don't think I've ever seen pregnant
good lord,
woman murder in like fucking not
yeah.
only jump manga, but just like manga in general. Like what the fuck? I've
I don't
not.
even think Berserk did this.
Yeah, I haven't read Berserk, but like I feel like the closest thing is like that I've seen like this is probably like My Home Hero when like the entire fucking village was getting massacred and
Yeah.
they were killing any like indiscriminate murder. Everyone was getting fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
As a
And
side note, read Peak, read My Home Hero. You will not regret it. Me, Yato, and Nox will all vouch for it.
yeah, big vouchers.
Mm.
Yeah, get Greek. You got to go read that shit. That shit's fire,
I
bro.
have so much stuff to read. My God.
True, true. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, whoa, 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 what the fuck? What do you mean? Fucking, how do we avoid this future? Then Jika Shirode is like, fuck it, I gotta join the mission. Like, how the fuck can I help? Because at first she's like, yeah, I'm going to sleep. She even said, I'm asleep. But like, we see that she, deep down, she really does want humans and magics to coexist, and she feels bad about like what she said. So it's like, I can't let that baby die, man. This woman's right. Like this is the future right here. Like is the future that we want magics to not be hunted and shouldn't be able to coexist with humans and be able to fucking have kids maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing that the fucking octopus is gonna see that like Ichi is like unconscious or something, and his like in his mind it's like, no, I gotta make you guys mad enough to kill me. So he just starts
Mhm.
like attacking, and he probably kills the Chrono Weaver magic, and fucking goes to kill the fucking baby mama, the
Oh
wife.
my god. I opened the comments for this chapter and they are frying me. Um let's see. Yeah, kill that has been hotel character already, please. Somebody call the Helldivers. We got squid to 500 kilogram off. Yeah, fuck that octopus. He got to go ASAP. Someone get rid of Squidward already.
Yeah,
Oh
they
shit.
finna
Okay.
fry him up. Yeah, yeah. Something else like on his chest and this you can't see like a number. Um, so I wonder if this is kind of like,
He's
excuse me,
on
had
his
the
final life.
yeah, like if he's on his final life and he's like at his most powerful, or if he's just he's just on his final life in general. I don't know if they showed how many lives Aurora took, but in was it last chapter or chapter before that they showed him as a baby and he was born with like 999. Yeah, before that. Yeah, last chapter. He had 999 lives, so he's died, about 600 times, and Aurora possibly just killed. Aurora killed at least 10. Yeah, because he went to 304. He was at 315, and he was at 304 before Aurora started cooking his shit for real.
Yeah. So he's
Mhm.
like 250.
Yeah, probably. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. I feel like she I can't remember the mother's name, but I feel like she apologized too soon. Like
Yeah.
Jikashironi hadn't like I feel like she still was in the right, for slapping Jikashiro. Like, you don't just say that shit. Like, I'm a mother. I'm soon to be a mother. Like, I don't want this baby. Like, there's enough stress already, like having a kid with the magic, and the magic even is always worried about me, and even like offer to fucking revert to a point where I didn't have the kid or whatever. Like, there's already so much going on, and you say that shit like we should just kill the baby. Like, the slap was deserved, and I don't feel like she should have apologized first. At least not so soon. Maybe at the end of the arc or something. Like,
Uh, she wasn't really concerned with the reason why she slapped. It was violence is bad. That was her only thought process there.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's just seeing her go like sorry and all that shit. Is just to me. I was just like, bro, you were in the right.
I think it's like setting her up as a character who's going to be like, don't harm the chrono magic, don't harm my baby, but take me or something like that.
Hmm.
Mm.
That'd be crazy. Sacrifice herself and they fucking somehow still able to get the baby out.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, crazier
Yeah.
things have happened in manga.
Yeah, but I mean, now probably I would like to see them, all make it. And, Chrono and the mom and the baby, like the mom and Chrono get to live at the Metadale Witches Association or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the ideal. I mean, here's the thing: like we did have like we already had like one major arc where the main characters had relatively a major loss when they were fighting the World Hater. So even though it would be like a devastating blow if like the octopus magic like manages to either defeat them or kill Minerva and her baby, I feel like it'd be a bit too like I say like big of a loss or like a bit too dark for this early in the series to really like have a loss like that so soon after
Yeah.
like one victory against another major antagonist. But that could just be me. I'm not the one writing the series.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see how far Nishi, and Ushizaki are gonna take it. Like how dark are they gonna get? But like, part of me also thinks like maybe like the baby might just be born soon, and it just like it doesn't be born like a regular baby and be on that goo goo like shit. Like it might just be born and just be it pop out and be like, yo, you tried to hurt my mom. Like it could talk and use powers and shit. Like I could just see it having, like stronger time powers and just
They could Franklin Richards.
like, yeah, it's just fucking like it looks at the octopus. It's just like you no longer exist. Like it just reverts its time back to like not existing and wipes the octopus out of existence.
On that goo goo shit is crazy.
Yeah, like it don't come out on that shit. It's just none of that fucking mama shit. It comes out just like, what the fuck are you doing to my mother and father? Yeah, ultimate baby.
Ugh,
Yeah, yeah, it's just a good
Well,
really
one,
good
man.
chapter though.
yeah, good chapter.
Yeah,
Ichi's has always been great to talk about every week.
Yeah, I don't like there's slow chapters, but I don't think we've really had any weak chapters.
yeah,
Or boring chapters either.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is good. I like it.
Yeah, there's no
Definitely shows
combat
our
here,
progress.
but yeah, there's no combat here or anything like hype, but like this is a really good chapter. I wasn't like, oh man, when is a punch coming or like where's Ichi? Like Ichi's fucking sleep. I ain't tripping. Let that boy sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta protect baby mama at all costs, yeah. Don't let her die.
Hmm. Yeah. I really don't have much else to say for the chapter.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Yeah. Got the fucking we gotta shake the rust off. Next week we'll have more to say or whatever. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me. You guys squeezed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for Ichi the Witch. 58th Hunt, Nurture the Future. Now jumping into Otr of the Flame, chapter 26, Soul Grafting. Weeb, how you feeling?
he got stabbed in the chest.
Right, right in the damn chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, honestly, I I think it was a good chapter. We didn't really. We literally just went straight into okay. You're going into suspended animation to go talk to the spirits. Meanwhile, the uh, the Ice Kingdom is already attacking their village while Otter is at a commission, and came prepared with an interesting plan to kind of turn the spirit against them while using another spirit. So I actually did. It was definitely an interesting twist to see how they would like fight someone that literally has control over the entire area. But I kind of don't mind it.
Yeah. I before I say what I want to say, what you think about it, Traffy?
Uh, the art and choreography is very impressive throughout this entire chapter. Uh, that's my big compliment for it. Uh, I don't, I don't really think I have much to say about this chapter though. Like it was interesting, but it was boring. I don't know.
Yeah,
I it was cool to look at, but it just I don't know. It didn't move me.
it was cool to look at, but like it really, I honestly, when I read it this morning, I stopped like halfway through and was like thinking that this still just it does what I don't like. Like they came here, they met the woman immediately, and like stuff just started happening. Like there's no time to like meet people and know things and like learn anything. It's just like we're here, bada boom, bada bam, big villain's back. Villain that like escaped like an arc ago and she's back already. And it annoyed me. It reminded me of like the whole thing that I was saying where it's like I want some of these stories to like take it slow and give us like a dress rosa. Like, let me meet the little people. Let me see what the fuck the people in the neighborhood are arguing about. Why is there, shit like that? We just got here, met the queen, the big dog, and like now we're fighting and we're like watching her like brawl and she's already like, she's still putting up a good fight, but she's already like on her back foot, like, oh no, they got in my shit and like what will I do? Like they invaded my tree and my power is now corrupted by like this water spirit that the ice bitches use. It's like I feel like it's happening so fast. This feels like an axe move to me. Like this feels like, let's throw out all our cool shit before the axe comes. And
Yeah.
like for what, actually happens in the chapter, like you said, the art is cool and like it looks good, but it just annoyed me that like we're here so fast and like this character is here. So Colorio, whatever her name is, Colorio. Like I feel like we just could have seen someone else and something else.
To
And, I
to
mean,
kind of harp on your not harp, but agree with your One Piece example. To kind of go in depth with that, so people really understand the complaint. Think about Alabasta, right? So we meet Vivi like 2 arcs before we ever go to Alabasta. 3 arcs actually. It's 2 or 3 arcs before we go to Alabasta. Then we go to Alabasta, and while we're in Alabasta, we spend so much time with the side characters and small characters that help build up Alabasta as a whole and Vivi as a character. And yeah, not every series can be One Piece. We get that, we understand that. But at the same time, that is what makes a world feel like it's lived in. We got here like a chapter, 2 chapters ago, and we met the big elf lady and her sister. And, you know, there were other characters, but we don't know who they are. They're background characters, doesn't matter. And, you know, we've only been here for like 2 chapters, and now we're already in a fight. There is no world building. We're not experiencing where these people live, that we know nothing about the world besides the fact that they're at war. And
Not only is it already a fight, it's a fight with like one of the big head, demon bad guys. Like it's not that like we're fighting some lackeys, because there was already a war going on like the southern front or whatever. No, like the big bad guy is here and she's fighting the big boss. And like the big boss is probably gonna lose or something, and then Otter's gonna like rekindle his relationship with Filja. They're gonna come out and then he's gonna Super Saiyan and fucking ball out on the fucking ice demon. Is like I don't like that. I could kind of foresee that. I mean, I might be wrong, but like I just feel like that's the kind of obvious path that it's gonna go on. And like I was definitely like I stopped reading the chapter and I was just like, yep, I'm making a video about this. Like I even tweeted today. I said, I think I need to reread Dressrosa for this video idea I got that's just been eating at me. Somebody was like, is this your first time making a One Piece video? And I was like, thing is, it's not even a One Piece video. Like I'm not even gonna. It's not a One Piece video, but I am definitely gonna be talking about Alabasta and Dressrosa and just shonen manga in general lately. So it's
to
like spoiler alert.
to
I gotta.
to put it in perspective with that comparison though, it's like they went to Total Drum Island, they fought uh Wapo, and then or Wapple, and then you know they go to Alabasta, and 2 chapters into Alabasta, they're fighting Wapole again.
Yeah,
That's what it feels like.
yeah. Just
Hmm.
it feels weird, man. Like I feel like there should have been more in between time, like something just in between. It's just we're already here. Like I still feel like Otter has been doing better lately. Like
Yeah,
it could, survive for a bit, but this just feels like a move that didn't need to happen. Like they could have showed us a little more of this like this area before getting here. Like we got here and immediately met the lady and we're jumping,
For
balls
all we
deep
know,
into combat.
yeah.
for all we know, this could.
Elves in stories are always characters rich in lore because the elves are so old. Like they don't have a normal lifespan. There is so much you could explore in regards to elves in your universe, and you just didn't do that at all.
I can't help but feel like a part, like after discussing this, I can't feel like a part of me still feels like maybe this could just be like the author's like editor like whispering in their ear on what to like go for or just to go straight towards action every arc or something. I don't know, because
Oh
I
yeah.
because it's there. He has what he needs there in front of us. Last chapter was pretty much all like Oder getting to know like the leader and her sister and stuff like that. That was basically all last chapter, and I feel like we get some of that, but like it feels like with how like look, I enjoyed the chapter obviously, but even I have to agree with how quickly we went straight into the action for this. And it's the same thing with the last 2 arcs especially. And I really do feel like it might just be editorial interference to kind of like either a this they think that this series might not last long, so they want to get as much out of it as possible, or b they think the series probably is only good with like the action bits, so they're trying to like minimize all the downtime to go straight to the action. But I could just be like assuming too much.
I think it's definitely a case where editorial is like telling them like, yo, you need to speed this shit up because like people aren't, fucking with it, and we need to get some sales so we stay in the magazine. It's definitely editorial doing it a lot of the times, but I wish that wasn't the case. I want to see some of these manga kind of like flex and spend some time like fleshing this world out and giving us something
Yeah.
that people will actually care about instead of being like, dang, nobody cared about like my characters. It's like, yeah, because we like met them and then they got murdered like 2 chapters later because it's
You
just
know,
straight action.
I
I,
think this
I
is still like we've mentioned this before. Like this is kind of Shonen Jump's like big problem with like the immediate threat of the axe all the time. They don't like want to give any of these new series like some time to breathe most of the time.
Yeah.
So there's always like the threat of it ending, and depending on your editor, they might make you like speed stuff up, which is has been a detriment to a lot of series. And like last year. My Hero and JJK ended. Those are two big series, and Black Clover moved to a quarterly release. So that's already three of their biggest sellers that are in One Piece that are gone. And so now they're like probably back to like the whole thing where the big three era technically ended with Naruto and Bleach ending, and they were kind of like trying to get as much good stuff in. So I think we're kind of seeing a repeat of that now for a lot of these different manga.
Yeah, I just feel
Yeah,
like they need to like build some goodwill and like have some stuff for people to care about and not just fly through shit and then axe
like
it.
an example of that is when this giant like yeti with a big hammer drops in and then just gets one tapped. Uh, Now, on the surface, doesn't feel like a problem, right? But when you look at it, the way that the Yeti drops in, it, it implies that it's a threat. And then immediately getting one tapped afterwards doesn't show that, the older elf sister is strong. It shows that the big Yeti was a chump. Uh, it's one of those things where it's like it should have been around longer. Maybe show it ripping through the army and then her one shotting it, and it gives you like this scale of how much stronger she is. But the fact that she gets there and then she starts tearing up their army and one taps the big Yeti monster and then beats the rabbit girl, and it was all a part of the plan. That doesn't feel like good writing.
Yeah, there's definitely ways that this could have been handled better, and I just didn't feel it. Um, but I mean, like I said, the art was bussing. Like this last, second to last, third to last page where she's like, now let's kill him. Fucking water spirit. So she's got the water spirit now, Ran or Ron or whatever the pillager. This art is fire. Like she's got the watery, things around her arms, and then she's got the twin axes, and I don't know what's going on behind her, like some kind of like halo or fucking scissors or something. Like her design is fire, and this water stuff is dope. And I can't tell what's going on with Filja in the end. Like, I guess this is her forearm. She's got four arms, but she's kind of like adult form or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, we saw a glimpse of that before. It's, I guess, her true form.
Yeah. So I guess the next chapter is probably gonna just spend like 60% of time in there, but is it just are we gonna like handle everything and then be out, and Otter's gonna like be out of there by the end of the chapter? I don't know. It feels like by now it's kind of hard to like recover any goodwill on like pacing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the Oder Flisha situation. We like these characters. We've gotten to know them. The problem is that even though we've gotten to know them, we haven't gotten to the point where we care about them. So this whole situation between Otter and Flisha just feels dull.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I don't I I like these characters, but I don't care about these characters and what is currently happening between them. It's like it's more so instead of saying, "Oh, what's going to happen between these characters? How are they going to reconcile?" It's more so, where's the story going to go from here? And I feel like that's it simplifies the story, and that goes back into this overall chapter because outside of Otter parts, you can describe this entire chapter in a few very simple sentences. Ice Kingdom attacks, Elf Lady defends, uh, the Ice Kingdom bunny chick gets captured, injects poison into tree or water into tree. Now they have control of tree. That there is literally not much outside of just that simple description for this chapter.
Another thing that makes that annoying is like Kutain is here, and he even goes like, "Please let me go. I know how to use a bow." And we were just talking about how he like it felt like he should have did more in the last arc. So it's like, oh yeah, cool. Bring Kutain here for this arc, and have him do a little more, get some money. But like he just pulls up. He's like, "I got the bow," and then you see him standing there like, "Damn, she really got she handled everything." Like he doesn't do shit in this chapter. Like it
He's
should have
being a
been
cheerleader.
Yeah, there should have been some like a moment for him to get to shine a little. Maybe, maybe in the coming chapters, like in maybe this arc won't end for another like 6 chapters while they fight her and she'll have some underlings or something, Kutain will get a little money. But just I feel like just having him go like, "Oh come, I got a bow," and then like having him not do anything in the chapter, like just felt weird.
Oh, that's a good point because that also ties back into One Piece. So whenever you get into the big arcs of One Piece and you get towards the end, each member of the team is fighting someone. Um, but here, it's like everybody's just standing around watching one person fight the big boss. Like the
Mhm.
last arc, it was just Otter fighting at the end, and then now everyone was just standing around watching the older sister Elf Lady fight, and it's always focused on these singular one-on-one fights, and there's never anything going on outside of that one fight.
Yeah, like the antagonists are coming, but they're the only ones. Like they don't have any interesting like lackeys. Nobody that like our main characters can break off and fight. It's just like skeleton soldier 1, 2, and 3, and when they get wiped out, it's time to fight. Doa Doa or fucking Colario or whatever. Like it's just you kill the little shitty monsters that don't even get a name, and then like it's time to fight the big boss, and she's like, "Oh yeah, let's kill everybody." It's like, bro, like what could Kutain could have been somewhere fighting, defending, the Western Front, and fucking they could have sent Udyr or whatever to the wherever they went, and then Otter somewhere. Like everyone's just basically just watching. In Dragon Ball, it's like everybody just kind of like fucking takes turns on the bad guy until Goku shows up. It's like that's basically what's happening here.
Yeah, and even for like Dragon Ball Z, it really focuses on like the pride of Saiyan, so they're not going to just jump somebody.
Yeah.
And it's just there's no explanation, there's no lore. We do get a talk about honor, but it's not in regards to, strictly going for a one-on-one fight. It's just what you choose to do in that fight to be honorable. I don't know. It's just there's a lot of pieces that are missing, and it feels like those pieces are missing because they are flying through this story.
And even then, like even with the whole honor and pride thing, it's like none of the demons besides the one, besides Bravehorn, Bladehorn, whatever his name was like an honorable fighter. So
Yeah.
everyone, yeah, every demon has been like, I'm just gonna murder everyone, and they still are like kind of 1v1ing or whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't
it's weird.
there's a lot of good, but I think there's more wrong with Otter that's kind of holding it back.
Yeah, it's like it needs a reset, but we just we jump straight into the arc, and it's just battle, battle, battle. Like
Yeah, like
we did get the hot springs and stuff last chapter, and it's like, yeah, sure, fan service, but like I
it's
still
gotta
just
last longer than one chapter.
yeah. Or like, just if you're not gonna like if you're gonna like if you're afraid of doing, too much, fucking like kind of side story stuff, like have smaller battles with characters that aren't like the big boss. Like don't send the president of your nation to go and like battle like immediately. Like I feel like we shouldn't have even seen her yet.
Yeah, it's so the other way they could have taken this is if you look at like Jujutsu Kaisen, because Shibuya happens and then there is no downtime. There are no small arcs. It is big arc to big arc to big arc, and if they did that, that could work too, because those big arcs allow time to build up the characters, the villains, and just the fights. But I don't think we're gonna get that. We can't have like just back to back 5 to 10 chapter arcs that don't delve into the characters at all. It just doesn't work. I don't know.
Uh,
Those are my complaints.
No, I
same.
get it.
I feel like we just spent this entire segment shitting on Odor, and
This is gonna be a repeat of Astro Royale at the end. At the end of this,
oh,
isn't it?
God, I hope not. But
Me neither.
Because I mean, it's hard to say because like Astro Royale had some good points up until it was good for like 20 chapters, and then it just shit the bed. And it had a tournament arc, and it was like, yeah, how do you fuck up a tournament arc? And it's like, oh wow, so this is how you do it. So they showed us, they showed us that it could be done. And but yeah, I don't know. I like this, and I wanted Kawaguchi to come back, and they're back now, and I'm just like, man, like I just wish for more.
We need Kawaguchi to just be an artist. Like find an author to pair with and just draw. It
Yeah, because the
their
art's
That might be
art
that
is
might be the
yeah.
third option, the third
th-
chance.
their art is so good, but it
Yeah.
just feels like they don't know what to do with their writing.
yeah, the writing is where the problem comes in because the art's good and like there's it's possible to care and be interested in these characters and stuff, this world and like the possibilities, but like we need more than potential, man.
Potential man. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, I think I'm spent on this one. You got anything else?
I think I'm good.
How about you, Trav?
Nah, no more complaints for me at the moment.
Yeah, we'll be back for round two next week, hopefully with Knox. But yeah, that was Otr of the Flame, baby. Big chapter 26, Soul Grafting. Now jumping into, whew, you know what it is, big baby. It's Big Kagura, the biggest Bachi, their big 100, 100 chapters in, Sword Master. And Kagurabachi brought it, man. We got a banger of a chapter here. What you think about this one, Trav?
Oh, yeah. So out of everything I could have expected from the Swordmaster, this chapter was not what I was expecting. Like I don't know how to really describe it.
Lucid.
He's lucid, but I wasn't expecting him to be the type of character that's like a villain with good motives. I thought he was going to be insane and just liked killing people, but the way this chapter paints him is he was completely lucid. He knew what he was doing, and he was doing it for the sake of protecting their country. And that is not really what I was expecting here.
Oh, yeah. To the point where he even snorts. So like the Yura's like the scholars all say to say he's like what? Slaughtering hundreds of thousands of people and going to say, "Bah, man, that would be convenient." But like, nah, bro, I did this shit because I wanted to. Like I wanted to protect my people. I did this shit. I was in my right mind. Like, don't try to write me off as fucking insane, bro. I knew exactly what I was doing when I killed 200,000 people. It's like,
He's
okay.
Donzo.
Yeah,
He's
he's
Donzo that does
he's
if he did his own shit.
this man, he knows what he is. Where is it? They say that like the man who wielded the strongest blade and unleashed it, killing a blah blah blah. Afterwards, he was contained by the five other enchanted sword bearers. So that's what I've been wanting to know for the longest fucking time. Like, how did he get here? Because like I always thought that he kind of like he did his shit and was like, all right, my mission's complete. I'm gonna go turn myself in. Because like I just couldn't see them like beating him. But I guess five swordsmen, five enchanted blades is enough. Maybe not enough to, kill him obviously because they had to imprison him, but like I guess, I can see it. I really just wanted to know how the fuck he managed to get imprisoned. So
Well,
finally
if
got the
he
answer.
if he dies, doesn't all of the other sword bearers die too? I
Yeah,
think
if they
that
were
Yeah,
would be
connected
the
to their swords.
main
yeah,
reason why they would just capture him.
yeah, but still, I just imagine, him being as like his sword being as powerful as it is. Like I never imagined them like being able to, like beat this guy. But I guess if all five jumped him and was like, you're coming with us, and they locked him down. Maybe they can get the sword from him. I don't know. I was having trouble seeing him imprisoned because of how
Well,
strong he was.
I guess like to be fair, we haven't seen a lot of the original sword bearers with their swords.
Sure.
Really, only Samura, and we saw how threatening he was by himself. So
Yeah.
I do think it's believable, but that the five of them could, contain him.
Yeah, yeah, because we saw Uraha fight, but he was using the regular sword. We didn't see him with his blade, and then Natsuki's brother was murked, and we didn't see the other two the girl and the old man. So yeah, I mean, they possibly were all monsters in their own right, and it five monsters against one super monster eventually probably can take him down to imprison him. But yeah,
Yeah, and
this dude
then
was
like looking at Cloud Gouger as another example, this was someone who wasn't adjusted to the sword, and he was already taking out squads of people by himself. Imagine
yeah
the person it was created for.
yeah
Mm.
yeah.
C- Can we really quick say that a casual bomb drop is the fact that the sword master is Kunishige's brother?
So apparently the translation for that was wrong, and he's a
It is?
brother-in-law.
Oh, brother-in-law.
Yeah,
So is it Chihiro's uncle?
Chihiro's uncle, but like through marriage. So like I'm
Mm, I,
guessing.
well, like if it's his mom's brother, it's still his uncle. It's not
Yeah.
through marriage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So he is uncle, but like I'm guessing, yeah, he's Chihiro's mom's brother then.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So
clears it
I'm
up.
curious how that's going to play in when Chihiro does show up and how that gets revealed and worked out.
That'll be a
Yeah.
real interesting clash of ideologies because, like, Chihiro, despite knowing that blades are made to kill people, he still like follows his dad's ideals and wants and like doesn't want the enchanted blades to be misused. But seeing that the big massacre that happened was due to his uncle, technically his own family, that is definitely going to be an interesting thing to look forward to.
It definitely makes me think more like it's like the mom has something to do with it too. Like maybe the people from the island like killed Chihiro's mom, and he was not, fucking like he was like, "There's never again. Like we can't trust these people. We gotta wipe them out." Because they said the sword master was Chihiro, like Kunishige's like right hand man at one point too. So like they were locked in. I think he was probably cool with like what's his name? Soga. He's probably cool with Soga getting like a little revenge, but like when Soga was like, yeah, 200,000, no big deal. Let's wipe him off the map. He probably was like, I gotta seal these swords up, bro. I can't let niggas have these blades because like my brother-in-law just went fucking sicko mode on the whole island and wiped him out. Can't like they killed my sister. Like Chihiro, like Kurashige might have even been like in that same mindset at one point. Like, yeah, fuck it. Like they took my blood, like my not my sister, but my wife. Like they took my wife, she gone. Like that's all I had or whatever. Like fuck them. But then like once he saw the demon for real, like once he saw what revenge looks like, he probably was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with that shit. Like my wife's gone, but like this dude just wiped out. He genocided these fucking people. Like they're gone.
One thing I'm curious about is how close he was with Rokuhira. Like, is his relationship with him like most people's relationship with Rokuhira, and the fact that he's family, it makes it feel like they were close. And so him asking, "Is Rokuhira dead?" and then he admits, "I led the plot to kill him." And then later, he's like, let's team up. I feel like, this is kind of a play, and he's going to get revenge because he may be evil, but that was his family. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Thank
he's
you.
going to work with him, even though that's what it's setting up for.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't remember where it is. I'm trying to flip through old chapters, but the little guy, I forget his name. He definitely at one point said that like fucking Soga was his boy, was like Rokuhira's like right hand man or whatever. So like he definitely fucks with him, and I feel like it's gonna come down to a situation where both characters are like who's gonna betray who first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
although
Like
that
they'll
would feel like a repeat of Samura.
Except this motherfucker is the worst ever, and it's like
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
the two
Yeah.
villains. Yeah, it's like we're. Somebody said it's crazy that Chihiro is related to fucking Sword Hitler and Sword Oppenheimer. Yeah,
Oh my god.
like bro,
That's
just
crazy.
this man, his family tree is crazy.
Yeah. And I thought the monkey family from One Piece was complicated.
Yeah, nah. This man's dad made fucking weapons of mass destruction, and his fucking uncle used them to wipe out a fucking civilization.
Yeah.
Ugh,
But yeah,
trying to.
at least we kind of know what the Shaku's real plan is now with the enchanted blades on their side. Basically, rule, literally just to rule the world through power, survival of the fittest, I guess.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure when Chihiro does pop up. Like at the end here,
As a oh
when
man,
a zombie pulled up, I thought it was Chihiro for a second. When he was
Uh,
like, "You freaking demon," I was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not him." You see the fucking eye, and then he's like, "That's right." I immediately just went and found the fucking Gojo and Toji page when Gojo pulls up, and he's like, "You fucking serious?" It's like, "That's right, bitch, I'm back." Dog. I was like, "No way."
they give him such big eyes that just make him look so creepy, like
he's
they're
insane.
drawing into the fact that he's becoming a demon.
Yeah,
I
with the big
I love
eyes
the
you have.
exaggeration considering the fact that this manga doesn't really do like facial exaggerations like that much or at all.
Yeah.
That's really playing into Zami's whole deal.
Yeah,
I
zombies
do
nuts, man.
I do like at the end here, when it says the might as well become demon, and then it shows a young Chihiro, and then it shows the three of them sitting in the room. It's like he's talking about himself, but he's also referring to Chihiro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Shiba, I think in that exact same place, looking at a telephone.
Well, Sheba's in. I looked it up, and the lantern says Subaru, but that's the one of the swordsman name is Subaru. He's the old man, so I think he's at like
Oh,
Subaru's shop because he runs like a ramen shop or something. I think I can't remember the
oh really?
specifics, but I think
Hmm.
because they said that Sheba was like defending or like watching over one of the other swordsmen. So I think he's at the old man Subaru's like ramen shop, like waiting to see if anything's gonna happen. So he's waiting. He's watching the phone to see like is he gonna get a call to say like either
We
you
need
need
you
to come
here.
back or yeah or like fucking enemies are on the way. But pretty sure he's at dude's like hot pot shop or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just funny to see him just in general because like everybody's been like, bro, where the fuck is Sheba, dog? We're dying. We're getting our ass kicked, bro. You're supposed to be him, bro. Like you the Gojo. Where get here, dog. He's just in this bitch like chilling.
Yeah.
Probably
I
just
guess
put it
he's
in order.
yeah, I think he's just looking at the phone just because it's like he feels something's off and he's waiting for that phone call to just be like, "Hey, show up and help us. We're dying over here."
Yeah, we're getting
And then
balled
he
the fuck up.
teleports in.
Yeah, he's definitely waiting for an update of some kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably expect. There's probably like they probably have it set so like we're gonna check in every hour or whatever to let you know everything's straight. And if you don't hear anything back within 30 minutes, we're getting fucking flexed on it here. So even if the phone doesn't ring, he'll probably bounce just like because like someone should have checked in by now type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Curious
but
to see how this all plays out. Like, where does Shiva come in? When does Chihiro come in? Uh, what's gonna happen to Azami? What's the sword master gonna do? It's just so many questions right now.
yeah,
Mhm.
what's the sword master gonna do and like what's gonna happen to your like is he gave him the sword. Like the sword came up out the ground after he was like, yeah, I killed Buddy and like I'm doing this shit. And he was like, yep,
Right now,
gave the sword.
didn't he already have the sword?
I don't think he had. I think he just like tapped into it somehow.
Yeah,
Um,
right. Yeah.
and then it like started coming out of the ground here. I think that was him.
Oh wait, no.
Unless I'm
He,
tripping.
I, I think he had it. Never
Did
mind.
he
No, he didn't.
have?
No,
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah, he didn't have it.
crazy.
He just was kind of like tapping into it somehow. I had to go back and look, but like, yeah, I think this was like the sword saying, being like, yeah, you can have a sword or whatever.
But how does he just give it away if he can control where it goes, why couldn't he just bring it to himself?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that needs to be explained with Buddy. Um, like why he was just allowed. I mean, I guess he's sealed or something, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
he can talk. He can talk through the floor and the fucking connection with the sword and shit. He's just down here stretching.
Getting ready to throw hands because he know he's about to be free.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I can't wait. He looks fucking cool on this one page where he's like sitting on the fucking building of the fucking the destroyed building on that island or
Yeah.
whatever. sword bearer of the
Yeah,
Magatsuki.
or a farman.
Yeah, real aura right there. Sword master Akimura Soga. So yeah, Akimura, I'm guessing is Chihiro's mother's like maiden name.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Crazy
big.
chapter.
Yeah, crazy stuff. What's this? Who is this person? Uh, yeah, and he's talking about like people insanity sometimes drastically heighten a sorcerer's abilities. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense if he went nuts. It's like, nope, I was straight, bruh. I did that shit and
I,
ate an ice cream cone afterwards.
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, don't try to put that insanity shit on me, bro. I know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah. Oof.
Hmm.
Things keep getting more and more interesting with this series.
I don't think it'll stop anytime soon.
No, and we still have two whole sword bearers to meet and develop too.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this arc ends with the Swordmaster breaking free. But then again, you never know what could happen when Chihiro and Samura show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they gotta show up. Or if they probably show up when everything's over. Like everybody's already gone, the dust is settled, and it's like, damn, we were too late.
It could either be that, or they'll show up right as the Swordmaster is like about to go free, and then we have like a brief class just to show like how far behind not only Chihiro is from the Swordmaster, but to show just how strong he is that two sword bearers can't really do jack shit, even though Samura and Chihiro have some pretty strong abilities and techniques.
I
Yeah.
can't remember, but like, do you guys remember if it was ever stated that Chihiro's mom was killed or died or whatever? Or did we
He
not
grew up with
know?
his dad, so I don't think they ever mentioned his mother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
they did either.
yeah. So it's
It
like I
could
wonder
be
if the mom is alive or whatever, and like
either that
if
or it could be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if like Chihiro has ever even met his uncle, like he probably didn't know. Like even if he met him, he probably didn't know his uncle was the one that committed all these crimes. But like I'm just imagining a situation where they pull up and he's like, "Yo, what's up, nephew?" And he's like, "What? Wait, yes, you were the fucking guy?" It's like, what the fuck, dog? What do you like? Did he even know him?
It could end up.
Ah,
It could also just end up being one of those things where his mom died during childbirth or something, or from an accident when he was very young.
I feel like childbirth would take away from like the possibilities of having it be like a revenge, you know, based genocide or whatever.
I don't think. Honestly, it might not even be a revenge-based genocide. It could just be like an like super nationalist or whatever or
Sogo was
something like that.
pulling a Sogo was pulling a Kenjaku, and he's actually Chihiro's mother.
Bruh,
Oh my
please.
god.
He just pulls the strings out of his forehead like, "Yep, I took those
So
back
com-
shots."
so 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 committed to the plan that that he decided to take back shots.
Got them cheeks clapped for fucking science, yeah.
Dude, I just realized that season 3 of JJK is gonna reveal that Kenjaku shit in like the first 5 episodes.
That's gonna be
I can't wait to see the anime only's reaction to that.
yeah,
And the
that's
Kenjaku backshots meme will come back.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be s even stronger with fucking animation, yeah.
They
Yeah.
already are back, by the way. There's
Are
a
they?
the trailer for season 3. They showed the female Kenjaku, and people have been
Ah,
Oh,
talking about it.
oh.
sometimes trailers suck. Leave some stuff to the imagination.
I mean, you don't really know like the
Yeah, I mean,
details
you could've
behind it.
yeah, you see that, like, without knowing. It's just like, "Oh, yeah, so there's other people with stitches on their forehead," or whatever. You don't, like, know it's him.
Yeah.
But, like, you do know that he's in someone else's body, so it's like it's easy to assume, like, oh, he was in another body too, but you don't know whose body that is. Like, you just see
It
a
does
woman.
show Yuji's dad, but I don't think it shows them
God damn it.
together.
Anyway,
God damn it, trailers.
anyway, Bachi.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that was big hundo. Hopefully, for the hundo and one big Sheba pulls up. Or at least, like, we see Sheba and the other swordsman, like, talk. Like, the other guy hasn't been shown at all besides in, like, the shots when they're like, "These are all the swordsmen we gotta protect," or whatever. Hopefully, we get, like, a word out of dude.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah.
maybe.
like, "Yeah, Be like, yeah, go
It's
to the
been a
base,
while.
bruh. Like I'm fine. I got nobody's coming to fuck with my ramen shop or whatever this place is. Like, go handle business, Sheba. You ain't gotta protect the old man like me. I got this shit. And he fucking shows like a wooden spoon. It's like I can handle some assassins on my own. Some shit. You know how they do,
He shows up
Yeah.
with Sheba with his sword.
bruh. Yeah, I don't think.
Guy.
Yeah, he wouldn't have his sword because all the swords. Ruka had all the swords and then they got stolen by the fucking bad guy, so
Oh
he wouldn't have
yeah,
one.
that's
But
right.
but he'll have something. He's gonna be capable. But yeah. I
Mhm.
think I'm squeezed out for this one. You got anything else for this one, Weep?
No, I'm good.
What about you, Trav?
Nah, I'm squeezed.
All right, that's gonna do it for Big Bachi, baby. That was chapter 100, Swordmaster. Now jumping into the final manga segment of the night, baby. We got Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, whatever you want to call it. Chapter
Modello.
10, Modelo. Yeah, majority vote. And yeah, man, good chapter. Back to the business with JJK. You know, lots of words in the chapter, lots of text, lots of conversations and talking. And then, since we missed a chapter or two, it really feels like I'm just super disconnected from like talking. But like I enjoyed the backstory that we got with all the Sumerians or whatever. That shit was dope. Endura, his whole thing was cool. But now we're back to business on Earth. And they're like talking about if they should fucking allow this shit to continue, and they're mentioning shit like the fucking Hikari provision. I laughed at that.
I love I love seeing how Jujutsu Society is basically not only more public knowledge, but also like seeing the inner workings of like the different laws, regulations, and discussions around it now. Because like in the past, we just got brief mentions or just like shadowy old men that we never got to see. Now we're actually putting faces to the people in charge and just getting more like into how some of these decisions are made and how the past as it has like changed how things are run in the future to a degree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
Geeky having the time to actually sit down and focus on the story has been great because it allows us to go more in depth with world building for Jujutsu Kaisen as well as the politics and the themes that Geeky wants to present in the manga. And it's been hitting it every single time. Like everything just
Good.
feels so solidly written.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have any complaints. I feel like they're nailing it, and this duo is like dope. Like the artists, I feel like they're hitting it out of the park with the art. I don't. There's never been a point where I was like, I like the original more. Like this is fire. No complaints from
Yeah.
me.
Art's been on point also. But I'm really liking how we're like getting this more like political tension of like how aliens coming that want to be here, but also getting more of the inner workings of like a good majority of the Sumerians do just want to just plunder Japan or Earth in order to like get what they want as a way of like compensation or revenge essentially for what happened to them, and they're basically taking on like what the Skunte did to them, and they want to be like that, finally be in a position of power. But but also giving like the outsider, the Bora, the ability to have two vetoes to all of their like to their votes, and it just coming
Yeah.
down to Cross and Jabaloma being like, okay, after seeing more, let's still consider the coexistence option, especially for Cross since he was the least against it. But I like how we saw that he just like abstained from voting the last time because he wasn't sure that regardless, despite his thoughts, and I kind of like getting a bit more into that aspect.
I think my favorite part of this chapter is the
I
fact
think I
that
know what you're talking about.
Hikari went through the culling games, and as soon as it was done, he was like, "You know what? I want a law that legalizes jujutsu fights and allows people to gamble on them."
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
Hikari, why?
And I mean, he was
because the
saying
man is going after the fever.
yeah, that was something that he kind of mentioned in JJK too. Like at the end, like in before the color games, he was like he signed up to be or like Yuji and Mega Beast team because like he was like if like I got the head of the fucking Zenin family behind me, like I can get some shit. Like he was like he wanted to like legalize like gambling and fighting. I forget what it was. He wanted something, and he was like he could get that as long as he had like the backing of like the Zenin a major family. So like as soon as that shit ended and they all got, basically crowned as war heroes, he definitely took his fucking he did immediately what he wanted to do. He's like, "Yeah, bro, we
Yeah.
making these fights illegal. I'm getting paid." So like, I wonder if he's dead. Cause I mean Yuji's still alive, but Yuji's a different case. But like I wonder if he died or if like he did something where he can just live for a long time with his whole his fucking domain or whatever. Is he still jackpotting or is he cooked?
Imagine being 80 years old and gambling if you'll live another year and you lose.
Bruh.
Yeah. Speaking of living for 80 years, the reveal that Yuji is still alive just made me happy, and that for some reason they don't have any like idea where he is. That's
Yeah.
like, what's the deal with that? Is he like a fugitive, or is he just like a Gojo in terms of being like a free spirit and they have no idea what he's up to? Also,
Uh,
is he an old man, or because he's like technically a cursed womb or like a Sukuna vessel, he just ages super slowly after a certain point?
I think he probably looks like he's like 30 or whatever.
he probably just ages slower because, at least in this picture, it shows he does not look like an old man at all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But like
unless
I don't know, it's weird because with other cursed wombs like Choso, like when Choso was born, he looked the way he was. Like Choso was born a 30-year-old. But like Yuji was a baby and Yuji grew up. So like Yuji was, like a 16-year-old. So I feel like he looked like, an anime 16-year-old, but maybe at a certain point his age stopped or
either
something.
either that or like an idea that I literally just thought of right now, because we were teased a few chapters ago of like Mahito kind of being back or maybe about to return. What if when like Yuji and Mahito's like last confrontation in Shibuya, what if him saying that he swears he will like find Mahito every time he reincarnates and he will exercise them each time? What if that ends up revealing that Yuji ended up putting like some sort of binding vow on himself, which keeps him in peak physical condition so that he can constantly fight Mahito?
That
So
would be
Imagine.
I
interesting.
Imagine that's the case.
I don't think I was on this episode. I may have been, but Mahito isn't back. The picture of him saying "damn," so it's not him after all, is him waiting on Yuji to die so he can meet him in the afterlife. Because
Oh, really?
it's like Sarugi is waking up after having the dream of Mahito, and he's like, "Oh, that's not Yuji," basically.
Hmm.
Hmm. Damn, so it's not him
Interesting.
after all. And then he wakes
Yeah.
up. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, either
Huh.
way, I'm just I'm kind of happy like Yuji's being treated like the new Gojo now, since a lot of previous protagonists are going to be the strongest in their verse for a while. So I kind of do want to see now Dabra fighting Yuji because I want to see
Yeah.
how strong Yuji has gotten with his like soul shattering black flashes.
Yeah, I definitely want to see like what the deal is with Yuji. I don't feel like he's a fugitive, but I feel like he's just like he's got a hoodie on, he's walking, through the streets. It feels more like he just doesn't want to, be tied down to me.
Maybe.
Like he's just kind of doing his own thing, and it's like we gotta find him. It's gonna be like in every like movie where like a guy used to be like a thing, like they fucking walk into a bar to find Wolverine drinking, and like we need you, and he's like like you guys track me down. I told you I'm out of the game or something like that, but like not to that extreme because Yuji, once a fucking sorcerer, always a sorcerer. I don't think he's gonna be like a retired, but I don't feel like he's. I don't know. I don't know, man.
One of
Because
the
like at the same,
things Oh, one
I
of the things that I like the most is in Jujutsu Kaisen. The idea was that the birth of Gojo basically encouraged the world to become stronger because such a strong presence exists, and Yuji could never be that presence in the world. So, in the beginning of Modulo, they were talking about how sorcerers as a whole have gotten weaker because there hasn't been that need for them to be strong. And so, while Yuji is what we would assume the strongest in the verse right now, he is not at the level of Gojo. He does not encourage the world to become stronger to match his power. He's not as strong as Gojo. It's like a reverse Boruto where instead of increasing the power scale, it's lowering it.
Yeah, he's made everyone weaker with peace.
Yeah.
But now that puts him, if everybody on a 10-point scale in the verse is at like a 4 and Yuji's, a 9, that means he's shitting on anybody that like it comes like whenever a real threat shows up, he's gonna pull up and fucking Saitama this shit. But like
Yeah.
they're like, where the fuck is Yuji? And like does he know the aliens? He probably felt them when they came up. Maybe he's been watching this whole thing the whole time. Like they can't keep tabs on him because he's keeping tabs on them.
Well, the thing that's interesting about that is that the aliens are outside of our world. They don't fit on the scale within Jujutsu Jujutsu society. So while Yuji may be the peak and everyone else has gotten weaker, all of the aliens, they could have been on Gojo's level. They could have been on Sukuna's level. And so it's like the world would depend on Yuji to defeat an army of aliens because no one else is going to be there.
What I really wonder is like, because I mean, we're at chapter 10 now, and it's gonna run for 6 months. So it's like, what's that, like 24 or so chapters? Like,
Yeah.
what's that? Yeah, like 24 to 30 chapters, and it's like we're already about halfway through, and like. I wonder who, because JJK can't end. This can't end without a big fight, like a big battle. So who's gonna be the battle? Like, because Deborah seems to be like in favor of peace. He's like, yeah, if it comes to siege and conflict and shit, then so be it. But like, I'm down for like hearing these people out and becoming their neighbors and shit like that. But like straight away, like instinct or whatever. Like my first thought is like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Yuji versus the guy who looks like Sukuna, because duh, Goku versus big bad guy. But like, I don't know, man. Like, do we really want the sequel to have Yuji be the problem solver? We got two new main characters. Like, does Yuji save the day in the end, and it feels like just an extension of JJK Part One, like just an extra. I don't know. It's hard to fucking put it in words, but just it feels weird to imagine like the final battle coming down to Yuji versus Deborah. But
Yeah.
like I feel like at the same time we gotta see Yuji fight and we gotta see Deborah fight.
It would
And
be interesting if like Yuji is the strongest right now, but what if like he's not enough to fight the Burra, and maybe it's being set up that the twins fighting as one, like in sync, could like essentially be the deal breaker. But then again, like the entire series is being set up for like coexistence, so like I don't know if the twins are gonna be like set up to be like the end game big boss fighters because they're not gonna be able to like get like super strong in a short period of time because I don't think they have like because Yuka has like 6 months left. So like I don't know how we're gonna deal with this because for all we
Yeah.
know, the fight could just be like a ceremonial type deal or whatever, and won't be like the actual like way things are like properly like resolved as usual for a typical shonen manga, I guess. But like I don't know, I'm not sure how we're gonna like go when it comes to this.
I can definitely see them doing some sort of like honorable thing where usually like some of the Sumerian guys they pull up and they start wrecking havoc because they disagree with the vote and they're like fuck these humans, we gotta like do this thing, and then like Yuji beats the shit out of them but doesn't kill them, and like people like Deborah see that and respect it, like thanks for not killing my people. I'm sorry they fucking behave that way, we really do want to fucking like coexist, and then they have like an honorable kind of duel. But I still just don't see the series ending with like the conflict being resolved by like Yuji and Deborah. But like I don't see Yuka and Sarugi beating Deborah either. Like I don't know.
I
It just
don't
feels weird.
I
What if it
don't
ends up
think it's
being
Deborah. I think it's siblings versus siblings.
So
I
Cross
feel
and
well, same
like
Maru.
same thing just now?
Cross and
Yeah,
Maru are gonna turn. Either that or one of the twins is gonna turn and one isn't. And because of the way the story's been playing out, I would say Maru's the one that's gonna fall to like the bad side, where Cross stays on the human side. But
Hmm.
it would make more sense for it to be siblings versus siblings than,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
even like a three-way battle, like siblings and Yuji versus Deborah and Cross and Maru.
Yeah.
Makes sense considering the fact that it was revealed that the voting system and having the Bora in charge was Maru and Cross's idea. So that actually probably would be like the best case scenario of how we
I
deal
wouldn't
with these fights for now.
I wouldn't say best. I'm not a
I mean,
writer.
like
It was just a
a way to
guess.
make more sense out of how things would end to keep at least the twins more involved in the ending of the plot, and not have
Yeah.
Yuji steal the spotlight.
It's also just interesting that Dabura isn't like one of these people. He's like from a different tribe or whatever, but like since he beat their leader, he's making decisions for them. It's
And he's
like,
kind of unbiased too.
yeah, and Usami's like, I understand, it's just this situation is just interesting at so many levels. But I understand he wasn't the one who lost. They lost to him. So he's dragging like another group of people against their will, basically, to enforcing them. Like they want to go out and, conquest and fucking territory and pillaging and stuff. And he's like, nah, I beat y'all's ass, and like y'all are gonna come with me and we're gonna fucking coexist and get away from the shit in our
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
And now
While
we're all
they're
gonna and now we're gonna have a takoyaki party.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was a funny end to to a relatively tense chapter.
So like, I wonder why Cross doesn't think that's gonna work. Is it just like, is
The
he
imagery, maybe.
is it like kind of like a king eating with peasants type shit, like Deborah eating with Jabaloma, and like Maru is like, it's kind of like beneath him. Like, nah, we can't do that. Like, it needs to be more. I don't know what the word would be, but yeah, I don't know.
I
I'm just
I
wondering
don't
why
know.
he's looking at this and going like, nah, I'm not sure about this, bruh.
I don't know either.
I
Unless it's
want to.
revealed that Jabaloma, unless it's revealed that like not Jabaloma, that Deborah just has the delicacy of a freight train, and it accidentally ruin everything.
Well, one of the things I like is their like manager dude. I don't remember his name. He is
Usama.
so smooth with it.
Yeah,
Wait, you talking about Usami or Jabaloma?
Maybe Jabaloma, black
The
haired
fucking
dude.
head. Oh, black hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Usami.
Usami.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Jabaloma's the fucking big fucking head dude from the
Oh,
aliens.
but they're in like this meeting at the beginning, and he's like constantly questioning him. He's like, the real question here is, why are you so adamantly against them? And he's like, I
Yeah,
understand you think you're doing your job by getting angsty here, but I won't let your feelings affect us or the nation altogether. Like, he is just not
yeah.
scared to shut anybody's shit down. And he's
Mm-mm.
like a support character, but not in the normal means of support. He's like a decision maker, I guess, and he's really good at his job.
Yeah, that it's it's really nice to see people in stories when we have these types of like discussions over like these political themes and stuff like that that have like level heads and like see through how like some other figures are just like more so having their personal like you said personal feelings, but also just making it so like turning it into like a dick measuring competition to see who's superior to the other, and having someone with a that is not only has the balls to stick up to others, but also keeps a level head to try and keep things from like turning into a fiasco.
and he doesn't get caught off guard when like they still
Exactly.
have the footage, and he's like, his underling dude was like, I deleted it, I swear, and it's like they still got the footage somehow, and like that didn't frazzle him or anything.
Yeah. Hey, he's just smooth with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a professional.
I don't know. It's
yeah,
just Modulo is just showing like excellent world building and character writing, and it's all around enjoyable. Like I love Jujutsu Kaisen, but this feels like we have watched an author develop his skills, and now he's showing that.
yeah. This is a good flex because like they JJK ended a year ago before this started, so it's like, yeah, if you're gonna like make a sequel, like, yeah, take some time and get some interesting plot points and do some cool things with it and show us, why it was worth having this sequel. And I think so far it's doing a good job. It's giving
and
us,
we're like and we're like almost almost halfway through.
yeah. Yeah, man, I can't wait to see how this ends.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
yeah, because right now I don't see any clear battles. Like with JJK, the initial story, it was like, oh yeah, we gotta kill these characters because they're curses, but like there's no cursed spirits being involved here, and nobody like outwardly going like, yeah, I'm gonna ruin the day of everybody. There's just like this other faction with half of them, the stronger half of this alien faction wants peace, and
Yeah.
the rowdy like weaker half wants to like sow chaos, but like they're gonna get fucking flexed on by their own people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I do think that with how things are going with Modulo, it's definitely like the kind of the more of the opposite of how JJK was presented, where JJK had a lot more of like the fights alongside some of its like setup and world building. Meanwhile, right now, like the world building and the characters are like the main focus, and it seems like the action is going to be like was shown and now promised as more like a bonus based off of how things progress with these characters outside of battle. And I think
So
that's what's making this feel like. I think that's where how things are being set up here.
there's that, and then there's also I'm sure y'all have seen people complaining about why aliens were used in Modulo, um, but I think it's a contrast to Jujutsu Kaisen because the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen is focused on humans versus something natural. Cursed spirits aren't alive; they're not people. They are natural occurrences created through humanity. And so it was more of a okay, we have to fight these because there's nothing else we can do. Whereas Modulo is exploring what happens if there are two groups from different places that are they aren't monsters, they are breathing living things with feelings. And so it's like what's the word I'm looking for, it's I can't think of it at the moment, which is really going to bother me. People, it feels like it's tackling xenophobia as a huge theme of Modulo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm fucking with Modulo, and just just now thinking about it, but like we're probably gonna get this animated one day, and I'm looking forward to that.
And we still
It's
got
a
like
long way
another like
off.
two or so seasons
for
of
sure.
JJK like main series before we get a Modulo deal.
Yeah, we're in 2020. We're about to be in 2026. We'll probably get the Modulo season in like 2028 or something.
2030.
Honestly, I would say uh, we'd probably have like one or two seasons for the culling games, and then the rest would just be movies.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if Gojo for Sasukuna was a movie. Like the hype
yeah,
from the manga was like was when like leak culture got super big when Gojo versus Sukuna happened. That was when leaks were going out of control to the point where anime onlys got massively swelled to the point of having to either catch up or drop the series altogether.
yeah.
And
I don't think.
like I feel like with how leak culture was with Sukuna versus Gojo, if that was a movie, that would make bank.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely could rack the fuck up on that, especially considering they're turning like the Demon Slayer arc into like 3 or 4 movies. Like they could
Yeah.
definitely fucking go crazy with this shit because this was just straight hands, and it was the biggest battle. Like everyone was this was the biggest battle that was built up over the entire series. Like everyone the entire time we were reading was like, yeah, what fucking Sukuna and Gojo, bro. And when it
Yeah,
happened, it
I
was
do think that Sukuna versus Gojo almost guaranteed to be a movie, but like the rest of like the Sukuna fight will just have to be a season of in and of itself because like I don't think they're gonna like it just feel more unnatural to like cut the final fight against Sukuna post Gojo into like 2 to 3 into like a trilogy of movies if they do that like how we got with Infinity Castle. 'Cause at least with Infinity Castle, yes, like it's like in the middle of like an arc, but like the way you left it off, I'm like, okay, it's a decent stopping point, and like there's enough material to like make it into 3 movies.
I
The
mean,
final
it's
fight,
like
you could, but it'll just feel more unnatural with how the arc goes with Sukuna and
I,
like everything. I mean that's just that's how I see things though.
I don't know, like it's So if you go based off of a normal season, it's roughly 5 chapters per episode. An episode is 20 minutes. A movie is anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. So if they landed it on the 2 hour side, you're looking at what is that? 20 times, well, not 20 times three, five, 15 chapters per hour. So 30 chapters covered in a 2 hour long movie. I think they could do that, to be fair.
I
Yeah.
never.
Let's see.
I'm not a fan of movies, but like the Chainsaw Man movie was incredible. I think self-contained arcs like that work best as a movie, like the fucking Demon Slayer movie, well, on the train, and then like the Chainsaw Man movie. Those are great. Like once you start like fucking getting into like, yeah, we're gonna turn an arc into a movie. I'm like, man, what is really happening? But like, I can't lie, man. Seeing Sukuna and Gojo fucking banging it out on a big screen, bro,
Whoa, pause.
bro. My shit would never have been so hard watching that fight on big screen with popcorn and
Pause.
shit. No pause, bro. All play. Like
Boy,
that fight is gonna be one for the fucking history books, bro. Like would we look back like 30 years from now where like they're teaching American history in fucking school or whatever, and the books, the history books are all gonna have Trump's face on them. Like there's still gonna be a section in there where they talk about how great the culling games and the Shinjuku Showdown was. That shit's gonna be in the history books.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like shit's gonna be real. Like no matter what else happens, like they gotta talk about, bro. People who ain't watch anime are gonna be watching this shit. Like they're gonna be like, nah, that movie was crazy. I don't know nothing about no fucking jujutsu, but fucking that Juju Kaisen or whatever. People be saying that they ain't wrong. They be like, yeah, that Kaiden or whatever. That fight was crazy. Like people gonna know what this shit is. My mama gonna see this movie.
Yeah.
So you know what's crazy? The final arc of Jujutsu Kaisen, the Shinjuku Showdown arc, is 49 chapters, something like that.
Is
And
that
so
is that including or not including Gojo?
that is including Gojo versus Sukuna. So they could
Dang.
definitely slap that shit into 2 movies and just call it a day.
Yeah, you make it a point. Then again, it's JJK. They've been extending a lot of the fights, so they
Yeah.
they definitely be longer movies. It could. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Demon Slayer Infinity Castle length with
No,
nearly
they
3 hours.
they pull an Attack on Titan and they give us
Oh God.
Jujutsu Kaisen, the final season, the final movie, part 1, part 2, and part 3.
Oh Jesus. Well, with Attack on Titan's case, it's because Mappa were idiots and just did not schedule that shit out at all.
Yeah, and who's making Jujutsu Kaisen?
Mappa.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm afraid
Okay, I'm
for
not
what's
thinking
to
about
come.
that now.
But like it's gonna be hype regardless. Like whether it's just on TV or fucking in the movies, like the shit's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be crazy. Like especially looking at the fucking like the Sukuna versus Maharaga fight. Like that shit,
Mm.
that was a movie. That
And that
was
wasn't even finished on airing.
yeah, that wasn't even finished. That was some of the greatest shit to touch the fucking screen, and it was not done. Like they went back and made it better.
Hmm.
Ugh.
So so yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. That
yeah.
Culling Game's gonna go crazy, and
Hmm.
Shinjuku Showdown gonna go crazier. And yeah, JJK, it's gonna continue to be a big deal. It's gonna keep selling, and then we're gonna get Modulo in the anime. Gonna
Yeah.
see Mario and Cross on the TV screen, and that's gonna be interesting. Deborah, yeah, I can't wait.
What if
Yeah.
Modulo is a setup for a sequel to Jujutsu Kaisen? Like
Like a
this
real
isn't the
sequel to JJK.
actual sequel. This is the setup for it.
Yeah, like a bridge between it is like, yep, actually, we're gonna continue, right? We're gonna make another one, and it's like,
Hmm.
yep, JJK Part
Who
Four or
knows?
whatever. I mean,
Who
like
knows?
low key, like I do be wanting, like you know, I be wanting manga to come back, man. Like with Demon Slayers, like I feel like that story could have kept going, and I want that manga to come back, and like people be wanting, like we got the Hell arc been teased for like 6 years now. It's like, yeah, come back, man. Like,
Yeah,
Kubo,
well,
come
at least with
back.
that, 1,000 Year Blood War is gonna like end in 2026. So I wouldn't be surprised if Cool was like, "Surprise, bitches! Hell Arc, and Burn the Witch coming out next year with new stories." Because Burn the Witch has had no update in 5 years.
Yeah, so I'm saying like
Yeah.
JJK, like I would not be mad if like we got more JJK after like another year or two, and it was like, yeah, we this was the setup, or just something else in general. Like just more mangakas should like I get it, like the mangaka landscape sucks, and like
Not everybody
they
can be Hiro Mashima working on 3 to 4 different series and writing an anime at the same time while completing Final Fantasy 16 on the side.
yeah, but I appreciate the shit out of it, man. He talking about making another
Yeah,
weekly manga, and I'm gonna be fucking
yeah,
there for it.
me too. You bet
Yeah,
your ass I'm gonna be covering that.
yeah, I gotta talk about that somehow. But I think we spent on this one. You got anything else, Trev?
Nah, I'm good. That's it for me.
What about you, Weep?
Keep reading Modulo. It good.
Keep reading Modulo. That's gonna do it, baby. We all squeezed out. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 10, a majority vote. All right, now you know how we do. We jump into chapter of the week. Talk about our favorite chapters this week, and I'm still trying to decide. So, Traffy, what's yours?
I am stuck between Kagurabachi and Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo. I don't think I can pick. Kagurabachi was the big 100. We got a lot of information for the Sword Master, and it was just a great chapter in general. And then on the other side, you have Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, and it continues to dive into the world building and the politics, and it's still impressing me. We also got Yuji, so I just can't decide. So I'll pick both.
Okay. What about you, Weep?
You're gonna laugh. I actually have the same answer as Traffy. I couldn't pick between these two.
Damn.
These are the best chapters of the week. My God.
Okay. Yeah.
I got
Okay.
nothing. I got nothing else to add.
So
All right,
fucking two doses. Yeah. I'm not
break it.
breaking. I'm not breaking no ties. Like I was thinking like Ichi, man. Like that Ichi chapter is really good. I like the fucking
Yeah,
for
that was
the
also really good.
I like the prophecy thing and the character development for prophecy magic, and her wanting to be involved in the plan to save the day and shit. But that Bachi was big. So like I mean, for me it's between Bachi and Ichi, man. So I guess Bachi wins. That's three
Yeah.
for Bachi. Yeah.
I
So hey, I
guess.
guess I broke the tie. Yeah. So Bachi wins, baby. Yeah.
Says I won't break the tie, but then breaks the tie.
Yeah, because I was like, man, fuck it. Let me lean on that motherfucker. But yeah, so that was chapter of the week. And again, before we hop out of here, we usually do comments of the week too, or I think that's what we call it. But I'm rusty, man. Forgive me. But yeah, since it's been 2 weeks since our last episode, can't really talk on comments because a lot of the stuff is outdated. People saying talking about stuff that happened a week after. But I guess I'll read this one from at Tungsten1679. He says, I'm new to this channel. Used to watch Nox. I don't know why he capitalized Nox whole name like that. And found Greek Weeb a while back. I'm looking forward to continuing to support you guys. Keep it up. I'm gonna go rewatch from episode 1 with like 6 exclamation points. Shout out to Tungsten, man. Hopefully he went and did that because we need them whoppers, baby. And he found Greek Weeb a while back too. So he's somebody that's been in the weeds. He's known about some of us for a minute. Shout out to you for
Thank you for
finding us.
support.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So keep doing that, and hopefully, some of you other guys are feeling the same way. Go check out our older episodes and watch the episodes that I recently did, the streams or whatever. I think I'm gonna do another live stream this week. I haven't figured out what I want to do yet. Maybe Chosen next because I'm behind by like 20 chapters. So I think I might do a catch up stream for that.
You got an
But yeah,
awesome binge ahead.
I got the catch up stream up on our channel for Undead Unluck and the recent Ranger Reject chapters. But yeah, be on the lookout for that and some more content. Hopefully Knox will be straight next week because he had an internet thing. But yeah, just rolling on into the outro, man. Thank you guys for watching. This was Shonen Pulse episode 44. We missed you guys, but we'll be here from here on out unless something horrifyingly tragic happens or whatever, like when me and Traffy met and a car crash happened. But that's for another time, baby. We talk about a bunch of manga on this channel. If you already here, you already know that, baby. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button, hit the share button, share with some folks. If you want to show some extra support, hit the damn membership button, hit the Patreon, do all the things. Check us out on Twitter, all that good stuff. Intro running long. We gonna get up out of here. We holla at y'all.